because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you royal and we proud.
Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to subscribe button and never let a hard time humble us. Never let a hard time humble us. JP, Era JQ, Keno. What up, K-Dub? Man, where you been at? Missed you all 2 weeks. Where you been? 3 weeks, whatever it's been. I appreciate you guys coming through, man. My internet's a little shaky, so we're gonna see how well this adds up. But without further ado, Lincoln, Curtis, Gerald Hawthorne in the building. Lincoln, Curtis, Gerald Hawthorne. You're getting better and better, inch by inch, dollar for dollar, pound for pound. You pound for pound the best pianist in the world, homie. Yeah, man. You can leave that right there, Lincoln. Put the fan on 2 for me. One more. Just click it one time. One time. Appreciate you. Close the door, big homie. I appreciate you. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show, man. Hey, yo. Hey, did everybody see that? Shout out to Brian Custer, man, in the last stand. Man, Keith Thurman is the gift that keeps on giving. Oh, Keith Thurman. Hey, Keith Thurman out here begging, man. Begging. Hey, he not even like hiding no more. I need a check. Hey, Al, you got any of that hedge fund money? I need a check. Hey, that property tax is due in December. Hey. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Damn. Yo, little Keefy, man. Hey, I advise y'all, if you haven't seen it, your next available, it's like 51 minutes, dog. Keith contradicts himself the whole interview, man. I don't know who he is, but he's young. He looks good. He looks like he can fight from both hands. He's left-handed. He's right-handed. He looks like Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, all rolled up in one. But I don't know who he is. Oh my God, fucking hilarious, dog. Fucking hilarious, man. Hey, little Keefy, man. Oh man, King. Hey, what's that rapper name? Keefy? Lil Keefy? What's his name? Lil Keef. There's a rapper like Key. I don't know what his name is. Lil Keefy, Big Keefy, Medium Keefy. I don't know. Grande Keefy. What's his name? Lil Keefy? I never heard his music, but I've seen him trending maybe once or twice. Man, yeah, man. That's the gift that keeps on giving, man. But anyways, man. So Brian Custer, Chief Keef. Thank you. That told you I don't know what the hell I be doing. Oh man, listen. If I ain't gonna remember these boxers' name, I'm damn sure not gonna remember any rapper's name. And my internet done caught up. Yes. Looks like we're gonna have a good show now. All right. So I had the pleasure of watching on the way home, driving the kids home from school. Oh no, I watched it when I got home. The Keith Thurman interview. I saw the soundbite earlier. Hey, Errol, pretty please, with sugar on top, 2 cherries, and infinite amount of whipped cream. Give me a fight, Keith. Give me a fight, Errol. I was just playing. Errol, you know I was gonna fight you, man. You know I had all those belts. I was undefeated. You know I was gonna fight you, man. Keith, you know I was just playing. You know I was just playing. I was gonna fight you. I just had to get to the money ball, man. Yeah, Keith, no that motherfucking forehead. That motherfucking forehead starts at his ears, dog. Hey, it's all bad for Keith. He fat, he ain't got no hair, and he ain't got no job. So what you gonna do today? Hey, you know what I think? Keith Thurman and Jamal Charles should just fight at a catchweight. Shit, ain't nobody gonna pay to see their ass, man. Ain't nobody gonna pay to see their ass, man. Hey, tell Keith Thurman to come on home, man. Come on home, man. Hey, his hairline start where my headphones at, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, Keith Thurman is, man, he's a disgrace, man. Keith Thurman is a disgrace. And the reason why, because I was a Keith Thurman fan, dog. But this man ducked every big fight, dog. He ran from it and didn't fight until he had to. And that's annoying. And I'm glad that the tables have turned. I'm glad the tables have turned because he don't deserve the belts. He don't deserve the big fights. And the fans, y'all better not give him the money. I remember I interviewed the man and I asked him, do you apologize? He says, no. I says, Keith, you probably want to edit that shit. I'm going to ask you one more time, Keith. Do you regret? No. I'm like, it was about the fans. If y'all remember, I interviewed him at the Fox Studios, man. But I won't be getting I'll never get another Keith Thurman interview again. And guess what? I don't give a flying fuck. You know, we tried to interview him during COVID, man, but it didn't come through. But Keith, man, he totally ruined the trust that he had with the fans. No fighter sits out for 2 years. There's no injury that I know of in 2022 that it takes 2 years to recover from. I don't know what the technology we have. I mean, they got corpse that can give you new ligaments, new ACLs, new MCLs, Achilles. I don't know if I'm gonna donate my body, but there are thousands of corpse. Dre worked on corpse all in med school, all dead bodies. Dre was working on cadavers. They got new ligaments, new follicles. That's what that nigga needs. That motherfucker needs some new hair follicles, man. You can't get it from my body, Keith. I'm sorry. I ain't got no hair follicles for your ass. But I'll tell you one thing. Keith need to go holler at LeBron. I tell you that. No, Keith need to go holler at Floyd. Holler at Floyd or LeBron. He needs a new hairline and he needs a dietitian because he totally ruined the trust with me, man. I don't trust Keith. If Keith gets a belt or Keith gets a winning streak, oh, he gonna slow boxing down drastically. Oh man, he gonna get fat. He gonna go live his best life. I'm glad he has a great family now, but we just talking boxing. He will slow boxing down. That's why nobody give him a fight. Nobody. If you have a belt at 147 or 154, he can't get his hair back without a fight. Errol slowing up all the processes, man. Hey, he need funds and follicles. Not Errol. Keith need funds and funds and follicles, man. Man, this is a damn shame. I'll open that for you, TB. You know that, man. You know, because you know this is the joke hour, man. this is the joke hour, man. You know what I'm saying? The phone lines are open. Holla at me, TB. What you got on your mind, TB? Holla at me, man. You know what I mean? But it is just insane, man, how far this man has fallen, dog. TB, what it do, man?
Man, what it do, friend? What it do, man?
How you feel, man?
Good, man. Good, man. Man, your man keep Thurman out here, man. He's desperate, man. Hey, man, he throw him a couple dollars, man.
Oh, man. Hey. Man, and fondue. He need all them F's. Hey, he need follicles and funds, man. Man, it's bad out here for Keith, man. It's bad. And if I saw a guy like that begging, man, I wouldn't give him a time of day. I'm glad Earl not giving him a time of day. He don't deserve that stage. Too, he ran from Earl,
bro.
He ran from.
Don't, bro. He tried, bro. He had every excuse in the book not to fight Errol Spence, and now all of a sudden, now turn, now he begging, bro. He out there begging, bro.
Right.
Like, this shit is sad.
Right? No, it's super sad. It's very sad. What's up, Kyle?
That's what he get. That's what the fuck he get. You know what I'm saying? When you turn your back on the fans, you don't give a damn, and you a delusional ass nigga, that's what you get. That's exactly what he get, goddammit.
Yeah, I'm happy keep out here like he scared of rolling shit. You know what I mean? Motherfucker trying to. He thought he was coming to the interview in shape. And you could totally tell. He was like, man, I done dropped these 10 or 15 pounds. I'm gonna look good. That motherfucker's still fat, man. I see why he be falling to the body, man. Look at it. You see that shit? He got like 2 tires around him. He's like the Michelin man.
Bro, your post been hella funny all day, Fred.
Hey, Keith he sparks me, man. Now, it's something about Keith, man. He just sparks me, dog. He does, man. He's one of the few fighters that will get a reaction out of me, man. Anything he does, I don't know why. He just does it to me, man. I don't know.
I'm telling you, bro. Listen, I had posted the interview today, right, Fred?
Mm-hmm.
And I had tagged Ant. I said, "This is why I hate Keith Thurman." He said that interview was some BS. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's in a nutshell. That little clip right there. How do you say the undefeated and then say I only got one loss and that was to Manny Pacquiao? You know what I'm saying? Like, get your ass out of here.
He said, I don't know.
40-year-old version of Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah. I'm so glad. Hey, Manny Pacquiao saved boxing, dog. He saved the welterweight division. If Keith would have won that fight,
his fucking ego, his little ego would have been out the roof.
His little ego. Man, his little ego would have been through the roof, dog.
Another bad shirt.
Man.
That shirt was terrible. Another bad shirt, man.
Yeah, what, he had a dry fit on? He thought I don't know why he didn't tell the cameraman, hey, do not go below this point. Man, it's awful, man. Man, they doing bad. Who is PBC PR team? Why would you allow him to do an interview that fat or show it? You get what I'm saying? Why would you show it?
They don't even have a PR team.
Right. Because I would not have my product out here looking bad. Keith don't even look fight ready. Keith still needs 12 weeks for a fight.
And Keith is out here looking like the Michelin man, bro.
Yeah, man. He was like the Stay Puft Marshmallow man. He gonna be in what's that? Ghostbusters 9, some shit like that, man. Man, it's bad. It's bad out here for him, man. He deserved it though. He did it to himself, man. He really disrespected the man, had an ego. He even said in the interview, they called me to fight during COVID. I said, nah, I don't want to fight. Why would you admit that?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He was like, man, I don't want to fight with no fans. Keith PR team is Keith Old Barber. It is the worst, man. You will do an interview and be like, nah, I don't love the sport that much. I'm not going to fight. You're not a pay-per-view guy. I could see if the salaries didn't add up and see like a Deontay, you can't afford Deontay Wilder. You can't afford maybe an Errol Spence, maybe a Tank Davis, definitely not a Canelo. You know,
no. Remember
what?
He fought during the pandemic.
Who?
Errol Spence fought during COVID.
Yeah, but he had a crowd. That's what I'm saying.
Well, nigga, Keith Thurman, nigga. You in fucking Florida, nigga. They wasn't shutting shit down in Florida like that.
Right.
It was that niggas in their life. I don't want to hear that shit from him, man. He full of shit. He a dog shit. Son of a bitch. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Ryan Custer looked more like the fighter than Keith Thurman.
For real, bro.
Ryan Custer in shape like
a Keith Thurman, bro.
Ryan Custer is in shape, dog.
Hey,
that motherfucker's shoulders just drop off. I was like, damn.
While we talking about niggas in shape, I played basketball for the first time in like 2 years yesterday.
How'd you do?
I did all right, but my body said, fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
Nigga, I'm sore as shit. I'm tired as a motherfucker, dog. Nigga slept for 2 days straight. Nigga, I'm tired as hell, dog. I needed that shit, dog. Felt good to be back out there, man. I had to get my time in there.
But you got to think about it like this, man. Like Keith Thurman, man, like everything that he held the division up for 2 years. He didn't want to fight nobody. He didn't want to fight Errol Spence. He really didn't want to fight nobody. Now he out here begging, man. He out here. The only chance he really got of really getting making people believe that he can get a title shot is to fight Boots. And we know that's not gonna happen because that's gonna be the end of his ass.
Mm-hmm. Man, it's pathetic out here for this kid, man. Man, it's it's bad. It's bad, man. Man. Hey, what Keith gonna do? You gonna put him on a blade or what? What we gonna do with Keith? What we gonna do with Keith? What we gonna do?
Shit, his best chance is to fight
Ugas?
Lopez, now him in a rematch, some shit. I don't know, shit. I don't really care what.
Josito retired.
I don't want to see the nigga at all. Fuck him.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't like. I really don't want to see him. And I'll be honest. When Keith came back, I was like, okay, it's cool. When he came back against Josito, I actually went to the fight. Like, okay, Keith is back. Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad you back, man. You kind of he has a pulse, right? And then he went away for 2 years again. I'm like, man, I am done with this dude. I'm done, man, because I let the lie go. He lied about the car accident and my elbow. I'm gonna tell you guys something for real. When Keith Thurman lost to Manny Pacquiao, this man Monday, he was gambling at a casino because in LA at Hollywood Park. My boy hit me, was like, "Hey, this your boy? This Sam's fighter?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's Keith. That's Keith one-time Thurman." You know what I mean? That motherfucker couldn't wait to land in LA to go to Hollywood Park, man. I'm telling you, man, he has a gambling. He's an addict too, man. He was gambling before his fight with Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, I know. He said he put some money down on. He said he put some money on him to win.
Yeah, remember some fans took pictures of videos with him. I saw that during that fight.
Michael Fuller gonna blame the white man for Keith Thurman's inactivity.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mr. Fuller?
How'd you know, man?
How'd I know?
How'd you know? No, I'm asking. How do you know I was going to do that? How'd you know I was going to do that, man? Anyway. No,
well, Keith got a white mama.
Hey, because it's the system.
All right. So, I think Keith ought to go ahead and I think Boots would take him out. I think Boots would love to have that fight.
I would love to see him fight Boots, man, for real.
Boots would love to have that. He might. That would be a nice little fight to force him into. What's going to happen with this? It doesn't look like the Crawford fight's going to happen.
Well, people believe it's going to happen. Some people believe it.
You still think it's going to happen this year?
I don't think it's going to happen this year. No, I don't believe it. I believe it when I see it.
Early next year, I'm hoping.
I don't think it's going to happen at all.
Keith already threw out that bait for Jerome Anderson. He was talking about if I'm a gatekeeper, then the gates welded shut. Can't nobody come through it. Man, that man needs to go ahead. I know.
Well,
he need to go ahead and do like Sean Porter. And man, that's what he was throwing. He was trying to throw that out there because he know what he is. At this point in his career, he's nothing but a glorified punching bag. Your name don't sell tickets. And
you gotta fight Dennis.
You a stepping stone.
Yeah, I think that would be a good fight.
Man, he don't sell tickets and he's a stepping stone. He should have saved that money from that Pacquiao fight. I don't know what he did with that. He blew that.
That shit gone.
He fucked that money up, man.
Hey, what'd you say, Mike? Michael, excuse me.
No, that would be a great fight.
Ooh.
I don't think it's Thurman and Boots Ennis.
He gonna need a check.
Yeah, it won't be pay-per-view or anything like that. You'd have to get Showtime to buy that. But Boots,
that fight would be some trash.
What would you say?
That fight would be some trash. First of all, Thurman's scared to even let his hands go like he used to. He just said it already that, he afraid to really punch. What he said, I can't punch like I was before at 100% because the shoulder or whatever bullshit he came up with. Man, Jerome will wear that man out. He'll wear that boy out.
Please do.
He'll wear that boy. Nah, man. If you complaining about people giving us bad pay-per-view fights, why would you want that fight? Because they ain't gonna be nothing but just a waste of money to take our money.
Keith would probably need to get a warm up.
He already had one.
He had a warm up.
Keith is the warm up.
A tune-up fight. Get a tune-up with and then fight in it.
The last,
but it's not pay-per-view.
No, it's definitely not. I was gonna say the last warm-up I seen was J. Cole, and that was a classic. Keith Thurman ain't no classic. Someone need to RIP Keith Thurman, dog. I mean, like,
listen, he should have did like Sean Porter did, put some respect on his name, and just retire. Like Sean said on his podcast, he was like, "Listen, I'm not gonna be nobody's gatekeeper, and I'm not about to go down." Well, at least he was being transparent. This man, he just begging, man. He fucked his money up. If any fighter out here looking right now, they need to know that this is what happens when you fuck your money up.
If we're looking at the facts, man, Keith only lost once, right? That's just the Pacquiao.
Right.
He only lost one time.
Yeah, that's because he wouldn't fight anybody.
But look, he ducked all the hungry fighters.
And he was supposed to fight Errol in 19, dog.
You don't just tell a guy that has one loss against one of the greatest fighters to lace up a pair of gloves to retire.
He wasn't at that point. He wasn't the greatest fighter though, man.
He's got to be retired in the ring. He wasn't the greatest
fighter at that point, dude.
I said one of them.
Did to him right after that, bro.
I said one of them. One of them. I mean, you can't take that away from
not at that point. At that point, he was not one of the greatest fighters, bro. Manny Pacquiao was a shell of himself, man. Stop trying to defend Keith Thurman on this platform, man. I told you what he was going to do, Fred.
Here's the deal. The dude only has one loss. Those are the facts. And he lost to Manny Pacquiao, Hall of Famer, right? So
how old was Manny Pacquiao when they fought?
You got to retire him in the ring, man. He's got to be retired in the ring.
Nah, I'm sorry.
Manny Pacquiao was 177 years old when they fought.
He's got to be retired in the ring. Let Boots Ennis retire him.
Listen, he reached his plateau. He the chance he had to beat it, to go out on top, like his Roy Jones moment is gone. He had a chance to fight who was coming up to be the king of the mountain, and he didn't want to do it. So when he did fight, yeah, he walked away with 1 loss from a historical fighter like Pacquiao. But it's always going to be that question of those 4 or 5 other fighters he didn't take in between. He could. He ain't fight Terrence. He ain't fight Earl. Come on, man. He ain't. Come on, man. The dude. Listen, the fights he could have had, he didn't take it.
Okay, that's the past. We're talking about now. Let you know what I mean. The dude. When we look at him now, we say that he only has 1 loss. He has a 1 loss to a Hall of Famer. He's far from done unless he wants to be done.
His stock
if he really wants to,
his stock done plummeted, man. I can't see any reason why someone would invest if Thurman was a stock option. He's already you got to sell. If you're selling now, it's too late. You should have sold after the Pacquiao fight. He has already reached his plateau. His numbers is what it is, and there's no reason foreseeable that he's going to even come back up. I don't see no market plan, no nothing. The fighters was too young, too strong.
You got to realize. I think that Keith Thurman, if he gets himself back in shape and gets back to where he was at his pinnacle, close to it, he would give Boots Ennis a decent fight. But obviously I think he would be beat. He would be stopped. But at the same time, I think that he would put up a decent fight. Because the dude's he's an intelligent fighter. If he maintains his athletic ability and gets again like he was, I think that'd be an okay fight. I think, but it would be worth watching.
Right. 904. What you got?
So we just gonna do a whole show and hate on my boy Keith one-time Thurman. Come on now.
Wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, this is what we doing. Like for real, former unified champion. This is what we doing.
Say that again. He was what?
He's a former unified champion. That's what he was.
Say it one more time.
Yeah, former unified champion. It's cool. It's a shame losing to Manny Pacquiao. A Hall of Famer. It's shame.
It's a shame to lose to a motherfucker that was running for city council, president, governor, nigga, all this shit. Dropped you in the first round, second round, nigga.
So he
hurt you to the body in the 10th round. You barely
beat that man
alive to an old man ass nigga that beat the shit. Listen, man. Listen. The Dennis Ugas beat the dog shit out of Manny Pacquiao. The dog shit.
You just fucked up by saying Manny Pacquiao was old. But yet, wasn't Earl going to fight him after that? So that would have been an even older Manny Pacquiao. But if Earl would have been,
Earl wasn't going to lose to him,
right?
But Earl wasn't going to lose to him, though. Right. But Earl wasn't going to lose to him. He lost to Manny Pacquiao. He lost to an old ass Manny Pacquiao. Dennis Ugas destroyed Manny Pacquiao.
It was an old Manny Pacquiao.
No further questions, right? Your Honor.
Right.
Manny Pacquiao beat that man ass on a part-time job, man.
And you act like Keith Thurman like lost like really bad or something, brother. It was a split decision loss.
It's not that he lost. Come on. Not just that he lost. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a scammer. He doesn't love boxing. He held the welterweight division up twice for 2 years.
Okay.
But
is Spence holding it up? What you mean?
Okay.
But is Spencer holding it up right now? What you mean?
They're not holding it up. They got to get the money.
Oh, so they're not holding it up. So Boots isn't waiting on a title shot for the IBF mandatory.
A unification.
So Keith Thurman ain't the WBC mandatory.
Unification trumps mandatories.
Depending on the sanctioning bodies, Fred.
They're negotiating. I don't even know. Go ahead and get your Keith Thurman right. because it really makes
Keith Thurman I'm speaking facts. Listen, if you love Errol Spence, that's cool.
It's not about loving Errol Spence. It's about a man who has in his prime. He gave away 4 years. 4 years. Give up the belt. Give up the belt.
He did give up the belt. He
was forced to give up the belt. He was forced to. He didn't give it up. It was taken.
You gave it up or you was forced. You gave it up. Who cares?
No, it's a big difference.
It don't matter.
All right,
It do matter, dog.
No, it don't matter. It don't matter. I mean,
it don't matter. Guess what? He's healthy. He had his tune-up. He wants Errol Spence. I'm gonna say this: if Errol Spence doesn't fight Jerome Boots Ennis, Terrence Crawford, or Keith Thurman, who else should he be fighting?
Not that old ass dope fiend Keith Thurman. I'll tell you that. Let his ass sit in the corner. Pop. Ain't nobody got time for Pop.
Hey,
that's what he remind me of. He remind me of the old. He remind me of the old dope heads. There's always, I could have been, I should have been. Yeah, young blood. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. That's what he sound like, man. Listen, I like Keith Thurman. I was a Keith Thurman fan. But I'm telling you, if you look at his boxing, right, his feet aren't the same. His hips are not the same, and his cadence is completely off. So, what do you want to see? If you really like the man, what you want to go see him get murdered? You want to go see him get slaughtered in that ring? Because man, stop. Listen, man.
Styles make fight.
The people that he have to line up with. Errol Spence, he's going to eat him. Errol Spence is too strong for him.
Thurman already
Terrence Crawford.
lined up with. Everything else did, somebody else already did. What are you talking about?
If you want to see something, if you want to see that man fight, let him fight.
Why did he fight Errol Spence a long time ago?
You tell me.
Why he not
he was hurt. So my thing is, the better question is, who did he fight instead of fighting Errol Spence when it was time for him to fight him?
So hold on. He didn't fight because he was hurt. For 4 years?
Yeah, so who did he fight? So let me tell you, when was he supposed to fight?
Unification. He fought Garcia, didn't he?
Unification.
Didn't he fight Garcia?
When was he supposed to fight Errol Spence? I'm waiting.
He told Errol Spence to go get a belt. Errol Spence went and got the belt, and he made it.
And tell me when. When was he supposed to fight him? Like I said, when? What time period?
Unification.
Well, he said out his own mouth that he wasn't going to fight none of the top guys.
Yeah. Who did he fight instead of fighting Errol Spence?
Listen, the man looking for money.
I said Garcia.
You don't care about none of that. Answer my question, man.
I don't
Garcia.
remember.
Oh, okay. Now y'all don't remember. Okay. Y'all just on here hating and don't even know.
He just said Garcia 3 times. The man said Garcia 3 times.
You said when?
Garcia. I am shocked that this is. I am shocked you are hell bent over Keith Thurman who done fought twice in 4 years. This is insane.
The man didn't he tell y'all that? Didn't he tell y'all, hey, that fight's not happening with Errol Spence? It's my get back here. It's my tune-up. Let me get a tune-up, then we can get something happen.
How many get back years you need, bro?
He had 1. Well, actually 2, because he just had Mario Barrios.
Which one is it, 1 or 2?
I just said 2.
Insane.
How old is Keith Thurman?
33.
No, 33 ain't that same age as Errol Spence? 32, 33, something like that?
No. He's 33, been through war. He tore his body up. He doesn't have it in the tank, man. Come on, dude. You have a sparred him in that ring, you will know he don't have it in that tank. He don't have it. And he knows he don't have it. He about to go and cash a check. That's it.
And what's wrong with that? It's called prize fighting. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You go to work, you expect to get paid, right?
So the next time
he got laid
get
off.
A fight, you better buy a ticket.
He on leave right now, nigga.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. I do whatever I want to do. If I want to order a pay-per-view or go buy a ticket, I do what I want.
Keith Thurman will be 34 in November.
Hey, Keith Thurman fan. Did you buy his last pay-per-view?
Yep.
The IRS better come auditor you.
Lock this nigga up, man. I'm calling police. Help, police. Lock this nigga up, man.
Man, it is just amazing.
He a lying motherfucker. He ain't goddamn
pay-per-view. If he bought a Keith Thurman pay-per-view, the IRS better come get him, man. That man hiding money like Trump, and I ain't mad, but he hiding it. Only way you blowing money like that is if you sitting in no toilets.
Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way you could be a Keith Thurman fan. Like it's so hard to be a Keith Thurman fan. He lies, he hides, he fights once every 2 years. He holds up.
I'm not a fan, but I'm a fan of boxing. So yeah. I mean, I want him to get in the ring and let somebody retire him for real. As far as him retiring just based on one loss, that's not. I mean, yeah, he needs to
Jerome Ennis. Fight Jerome Ennis because they busy. Terrence
that'd be a good Showtime fight. That'd be a good
he can fight
Showtime
Floyd.
main event.
Let him and Floyd do a little, exhibition or whatever and have fun.
Man, yeah.
Nah.
I see that.
I want to see a real fight.
He can't be in a real fight. He's too good for journeyman. He's too good for journeyman, and he's just too far over the edge for the real fighters. And the contender, he gonna wipe out. So he's in that funny spot.
He's a gatekeeper,
you don't know that
bro.
You put in the ring. You don't know that until they get in the ring, man. You gotta let the fight happen.
He's an electric gatekeeper. He's not the wooden gate. He's the electric gate. So he's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, Michael Fuller, how much do you think? How much money do you think Keith Thurman deserves for a fight with Jerome Ennis?
With who? Jerome Ennis?
Yeah.
I can't count that man's pockets, man. I don't know.
I didn't ask you to count his pocket. I just said, like, being a fan, and if you own the business, how much would you give him to fight Jerome Ennis?
I wouldn't give him nothing, but I mean, Showtime, they got deep pockets, so I don't know.
Yeah, now you count their pockets. Now how you gonna get mad for counting your pockets? You count their pockets. So
I don't know. I don't know what Showtime should give him. I don't know what Showtime.
I tell you this, he don't deserve a ticket. He don't deserve a ticket.
But I think that'd be a good Showtime fight.
He wants $10 million. He wants $10 million. That's what he asked for.
There's no way.
That's his asking price. $10 million.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, man. I got my
50-50 fight.
Go ahead, Mike.
He OIR 8.5.
50-50 fight. I don't see them. I don't know how much they should give him, but I don't see Showtime offering him any more than 1.5, 2 million. 50-50 fight with Ennis. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know how much he deserves. I'm not going to say what he deserves, but I don't see Showtime giving him any more than 1.5 to 2 to fight Jerome Ennis. 50-50.
Well, he gonna need it in a little bit. So
we know that pay-per-view didn't do well because he begging. He like
I won't be pay-per-view.
Fuck
baby, I'm begging, baby. Yeah, he begging. Ooh, he begging. And I it's not that he's a bad fighter or he's just selfish, man. He's very selfish, and he has like he's
arrogant.
He's narcissistic. Like if I'm narcissistic, he is like quadruple my narcissism. Like, I mean, it is just he disrespected the fans in my interview. He thinks he's above everybody. He told Earl to get a belt. Then Earl went and got a belt. He said, "Oh no, I ain't doing it like this. Oh, you gonna do it? You gotta wait till my hair grows back." And just so many different excuses, man. And I'm just absolutely tired of it. I'm tired of it.
He's got serious character flaws, but you know what? He kind of fits into the culture that we live in, because everyone's kind of boisterous,
right.
Flashy, popping bottles, and you know how y'all do, Cal. Y'all popping bottles, and you know how y'all do, man.
Rivalry. We gotta do rivalry.
So I mean, he's part of that. He's part of that culture. So I think he's good for boxing. He's good for boxing because he
don't deserve a 12-round fight.
It's the system, bro. Don't forget that. It's the system.
Not no 12-round fight. A 10-round fight, possibly. I can watch him 10 rounds. But a 12-round main event, I'm sorry, man.
Hey, Mike, did you see that interview that he had with Brian Custer? Just like the clip?
I didn't see it. No, I'll watch it though. I heard Fred talking about it.
Did you see the one he did when he was
this, bro? Who goes to an interview like this?
I need to see what he did, what he said. Was he pretty pathetic or what? Was he begging like Fred said?
Oh my God!
Man. The one I seen after that fight, the one I had sent you, Fred. Man, that boy looked down bad. He looked down bad. He was just talking. He was trying to sell himself. You know when they say, "Give me a 30-second pitch," that's what he was doing. I was gonna go back and I was fight him. It wasn't the right time. And hold on, I fight the young people too. I'm not a gatekeeper. And if you think you can fight me, I'm not the gatekeeper. The gate is welded shut. And Errol, I'm ready for you. I can fight you right now. You don't have to keep running around and try to fight Terrence. You can fight me. Come on, bruh. He down bad.
Yeah,
His heart not in it. His heart not in it, and it sucks. Because I really think if his heart was in it and he really stayed active, man, he'll put a floor of them boys down. I think he could take turns. I don't think he can take Earl, but I think he got enough to put turns down.
You think so?
Hey, the man had a hammer. That don't just go away.
Fred could probably put the money up for the fight.
Fred ain't got that guy. Fred ain't got no liquid, man. Fred money's in the dirt, man.
Come on, Fred. Let's sell our Maybachs. Let's sell our Maybachs. Man. Come on.
Every bit of money, I put that shit in an asset, man. I keep no cash. No cash. I'm asset rich. You know what I mean? Shit.
Yeah.
Hey, but this man Keith, man, oh man. Like, think about him as like as like your fighter. And then you'll realize how far it's fallen, man. It is just man.
Yeah. Well, you never know, man. Maybe he'll get that fire back. You never know. Maybe he get that fire back. I mean, he needs to come in and have, get some knockouts. He needs to come in and put some people to sleep and devastate, in like kind of a devastating fashion and build that fight up. And then I think he could push more for Crawford Spence fight. But right now, what's in his reach is definitely Ennis. Ennis will take that fight quick, fast, and hurry. And he just needs to be ready to box Ennis.
He clamored. Ennis is like the pit bull in the backyard. You know what I mean? Just waiting waiting for that car to come in the driveway. Waiting on that car for this owner to come in the driveway, man. Man, he waiting. He waiting at the bed. Oh my God, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
This is holding up his career. This is holding up his career.
The reason why I don't count Keith Thurman out totally is because I don't know if you guys saw that Comey fight this weekend when he fought Pedraza.
Comey, I saw it. I did watch it. He looked good
first 10 rounds. He looked good, man. He looked good. And first 8 to 10 rounds. But
it was only 10 rounds. First 8 to 10.
Oh, was it 10 rounds?
It was a joke, man.
I thought it was 12 rounds. I thought it was 12. Sorry.
It was 10 rounds.
It was a 10 round.
Was it 10? Yeah. Okay. Well, first 8 rounds, he looked good. And it was really up until he got cut. And then he started going, when his eye got cut, then he started going down. But he was still, still some ebb and flow until about the 8th round. And that surprised me because the last time Comey fought, he looked like garbage. He looked like he was a done fighter. He was done. That he should have retired after that fight. But he came back with a renewed, commitment to the game, and you saw it in the way he fought that first half of the fight. So you just never know, man. Keith Thurman could have a match.
Jose Pedraza is not a young fighter.
But he's a champion. He's an ex-champion.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's older, bro. He's not Jerome Ennis' age. Like, he's older. He's been around, bro. He's fought fights, man.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is a good fight for Thurman.
Approach to the game.
Fight for Thurman is AB. They both around the same weight.
That'd be a good fight too.
And neither one of them committed to fight.
That'd be a good fight. That'd be a good fight.
Neither one of them committed to fight. We're gonna see
I don't think AB is coming up to 147. I don't think he's coming up to 147.
He's already there.
Well, he was supposed to fight 140 that last one, right?
It was 143 and a half, 144. You know what I mean?
See, he's good to go.
Oh, he's very good to go.
Well, I mean,
I hope he get his shit together, man, so he can become a just so he can go out on top, man. Because right now,
man, they both just need a check.
I actually think that if AB fought Keith Thurman would wash him at 147. He will wash him.
That ain't saying much, bro.
I know.
Nah, I got AB standing up for that fight, man. I got to stand up for that fight.
Okay.
Now listen, I hate Keith Thurman as much as anybody in this chat on this panel, bro. And I love AB more than everybody on this panel. And I'm gonna tell you, dog, ain't no fucking way you beat Keith Thurman, dog. You know what I mean? And you just made me defend Keith Thurman, so we should block you and throw you off the show and let you come back.
Oh, you get light skin on me.
I don't hate or like either one of them because I don't know them like that. But as far as the actions
of one, we know the actions of him though. We know his actions.
I think Thurman.
That's a problem when you're a public figure. When you're a public figure, you know what you put out there. People don't get to see you every day and meet you, but what we do see, we draw a conclusion on what we see.
Right.
And when you're in the business of your image and your brand is what's selling these tickets and making a person buy, then if you've been an a-hole or arrogant your whole career and now you asking for help, it really ain't, it just doesn't work that way.
Right.
It's not like Gamboa, who nobody can say much about.
Mm-hmm.
That man fighting.
If you ask me, that's really a mark of intelligence when you can watch TV and you can see the message behind the message. There's always a message behind the message. You don't ever take the message that's very apparent or that you can see face value. You want to look at, okay, what is this message really about? When you watch the news, you watch how they talk about these athletes, especially the black athletes. What's the message behind the message? That's what you got to look for.
So you saying read between the lines?
Yeah, always.
It's
when you watch these two last interviews, read between the lines, and this is what you're going to hear. I owe the IRS. I'm not trying to downsize. My wife about to leave me. I need some more hair implants. Somebody fight me. Give me this much money so I can just walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not hating. But when you read between the lines, you know what I'm saying? You going to see it.
Yeah, I'll look. I'll watch it at some point. Hey, but you know what, Fred? The reason why I came on, man, real quick. The reason why I came on is when we were talking yesterday, there's a couple of guys that I kind of shut down when they were saying stuff. I felt when I got off, I was like, you know what? Even if it was legitimate, that wasn't the right thing to do. I shut a couple of dudes down last night. Not the right. So if you guys are listening, that's my bad. That's my bad. I think we still had a good conversation
last night.
Yeah, I think we still had a good conversation, but I shut a couple of dudes down. In regards to
the one thing I love about Michael Fuller, man, he gonna come with that shit every time. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, he not really disrespectful, man. So you can't get upset with Michael Fuller. You can only disagree with him. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Because he not disrespectful. He ain't cuss you out. Me and him disagree all the time. But at the end of the day, the respect is there. You know what I'm saying? He's a respectable guy. I love him on my channel, Fred. You know what I'm saying?
Very respectable.
Yeah, you got to be, you got to show Mike some love. Even though it's always a system. You know what I'm saying? It's always a system. But Mike Fuller, man,
under the supremacy of, under the covenant of white supremacy.
Yeah, man. Him and Clever had a great conversation on my channel. Was that Thursday, Mike, or was that Wednesday when y'all was on the show?
Probably Thursday. Probably Thursday or Wednesday. It could have been Wednesday.
It was Wednesday. It was Wednesday because I worked on Thursday. Yeah. Hey, Fred, one of the best conversations to be a part of, man. Just to witness what they were talking about, because both of them niggas are smart as hell. You know what I'm saying? So it was like they was talking about like the welding shit, man, and all like the differences between like the Navy and the Army and all this shit, the Air Force and shit. A great conversation, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
you know who else would enjoy that conversation?
Who's that?
Chief Runtime Thurman. He's a smart guy too.
He was talking a lot of trash.
He's smart enough to fight twice every 4 years.
He outsmarted himself.
Don't he?
You know what? That made me think of something because you was talking about the military and to keep Thurman. They really do need to put something together for these fighters, like a fighters union or something. They really need it. Like, did you know every service member 50 cents of their checks? If you look at 50 cents of every one of your checks goes to something called the Old Soldiers Home, the Armed Forces Retirement Home, where only enlisted soldiers can get into if they are theater or war vets and stuff like that. There's one here in Washington, D.C. and one in Mississippi. I think fighters need to have some type of union like that, so people like Keith Thurman don't have to go out there and hurt themselves. and beg for pennies. You know, you look at some of these old fighters, man, and they do look down bad. They look horrible, man. And you know
what? I don't know about. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say with Keith Thurman, I don't know if I could have that approach with him because he's made a lot of money. But what's that brother's name? That brother used to come on a lot, Fred Lamont. He was middle.
Lamont Peterson?
No,
talking about Lionel Thompson.
Lionel Thompson, yeah.
Lionel.
I love him.
Yeah, Lionel, man, hell of a fighter, man. And he just didn't get a fair shake.
He didn't get a fair shake.
He didn't get a fair shake at all. For dudes like him, yeah, I can definitely see that. But for Keith Thurman, man, he made millions, tens of millions of dollars.
Right.
So I don't know how quick I'd be to provide him with a service like that. Is based on all the money he's made. But like with that brother we just mentioned who did not get a fair shake, and he's a heck of a fighter. You know, yeah, I think definitely something like that should be available for him and guys like him, in my opinion.
Right. You know,
yeah.
Al, Floyd, and Leonard fucked him, man. It's just awful, man. How they let that shit just happen, man, because they don't bow. Man, I couldn't have that shit on my I couldn't live with that on my conscience, dog. No, man. Man, if I drop something in the street, I'm going back to pick it up.
But how you gonna blame? Fuck that, Fred. Now listen, we blame him for a lot of shit. I ain't blaming him for Keith Thurman. Fuck that.
I didn't say Keith Thurman. I said Lionel Thompson. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like how does Floyd? Al negotiates the deal. Floyd is his promoter. Leonard delivers the news. You know that's how that works. You know, and it's just I couldn't live with that on my conscience, knowing that I robbed these fighters. I lied to them about their purses, and I don't know. That don't sit well with me, man. I'm being honest. But yeah, man. It's So did y'all see? So Devin Haney's gonna end up keeping his belt, man.
What?
Man, listen, I'm gonna show y'all something. I couldn't believe this. I mean, I could believe it. Because anybody on the phone? Nobody on the phone. Okay, cool.
He never said he was throwing the belt away. He said that he wasn't gonna wear it.
Man, he said he was giving it back. What's his name? God.
I wouldn't acknowledge you. You the king of the hill, bro. I wouldn't acknowledge shit.
Yeah, man. I was shocked at his team.
They already 1 foot in the grave. They 1 foot in the grave, man.
Man, let them stay where they at, man. You know what I mean? Let them stay where they at.
Let them, man. Yeah, y'all. They Ring magazine. I mean, the Ring belt already 1 foot in the grave, man. Let that shit go.
Can y'all see it? This is his Bundini. I know he goes by Church, but I'll let y'all read it.
Bags, you chimpanzees. You count.
You should put that shit in the trash. 2, straight trash.
3, 4, 5. Yes, sir, silverbacks. Chimpanzees, don't be surprised. Franchise. That way, that part. You see it, you go. Belt management. Bundini, the chief handler. Some you'll never be able to talk about. You watch it on TV and pay attention. Multi-million-dollar affair. I swear we rocked every now. That part that way. You see a whole bunch of jewelry around here. Yes, sir. You place your bet on Tank. You monkeys, the ones that can't think. Lomo. Don't think so, Lomachenko. Yes, sir. Luke the Fluke.
So basically, yeah, he's bragging about having the belt. Now, I will say that he is the best in the business at what he does.
How long ago was that video?
Who?
23 hours.
Who's the best in the business?
He is at what he does.
Who?
Church.
that guy that's talking trash.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's definitely the best at what he's the only one that does it, you know. But he's definitely definitely.
So we just had a Maury Jones fight, right?
Man,
this is why I need a fucking cameraman, bro. I like a nigga that ain't got nothing else to do besides my fucking videos. But anyway, so Church, man, he told the dude that was fighting Maury Jones, and he was just talking to him crazy. Man, that shit was so goddamn funny, bro. And then he got the shit beat out of him for real. Man, that shit was hilarious, man.
That story had no context. You didn't give us nothing.
I gave you everything I could give you.
He just wanted to put that out that man got his ass whipped. That's what that is. He wanted the world to know that man got his ass whipped.
I'm waiting on what? Go ahead.
He over there playing double dutch to get that shit out. He's waiting to get that shit on.
I know. I'm like, what did he say? Like, help us.
No, I mean, niggas say so much shit, man. I can't remember all that shit he was saying, man. He was just going. You know
I know,
mean?
but
man, you remember that one thing he said that you was like, oh, he about to get the shit slapped out of him for this one. You know what happened. You know that moment. You like, oh yeah, he about to get fucked up for saying that.
Nah, he caught the
Mari is a problem, man. But I wanted to make this point, like, so how it goes is, he said, "Give me the address." Doug Fisher says, "Well, mail it back." Devin says, "Give me the address." And then Devin says, "I'm not mailing it. You come get it. I earned it." And I'm like, "No, you're supposed to put this belt in the trash." like that's the next move. Like, if you don't mail it, you put it in the trash. And this is why I think that we're playing with fire when you expect all these fighters to be revolutionaries. I think we're playing with fire. Let these men grow up and make their own decisions, because if they make a decision based off of racial equality, I don't like to use that word equality, but based off of racial, help me
bias.
Racial bias. Then they immediately go into, they checked as revolutionaries. And then if he does something wrong, it's like, oh, nigga, you clowned it. So Devin is not that guy. And
Devin's also a young man.
Yeah, he punched his own ticket, though. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he punched his own ticket. So I'm just asking Devin, be a great fighter. Don't check off that box. Just be a great man, because now you're gonna look crazy. If you don't put that belt in the trash, you're gonna look crazy. You know what I mean? To a man who lives by another man's word, right? So if you say you're gonna do something and you don't do it, it's like, hold up. How many times are you gonna do this, Dev? You get what I'm saying? And so I just want Dev, don't fall for that. Just be a great young man, grow into a man, marry your girlfriend, have beautiful kids, protect that woman, and live happily ever after. And when you get older, you're gonna know how to pick your battles.
Well, it's gonna be
say what you're trying to say, man. Because you sound like I say like you say what you're trying to say. Because what I'm getting from that is, you're not expecting that man to be a leader of men or a leader of this anything like that. No. That's what I'm getting. So clear that up so nobody can even say that you're saying anything.
I wasn't even thinking that. I'm thinking that maybe when someone does something like this, they on the internet, they check off the revolutionary category.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? He's not that, and I don't want Devin to think that he has to be that.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of hard for him. It's kind of hard for him not to be classified as that, because when he became the undisputed champion, the first thing he yelled out was "Allahu Akbar." Allahu Akbar. I mean, come on, man. That's that's political within itself, right? And that is
for integrity too. That has a lot of integrity. That has a lot of integrity attached to it.
Exactly.
Supposedly,
I'm not saying he was wrong for doing that, because that's his religious practice.
Right.
I think he had every right in the world to do that. But from a Western point of view, that is, that's very political. That's very revolutionary. That's very revolutionary. So it's going to be kind of difficult for him to take that stance, to be a middle of the road type of guy when he's repping that particular culture and religion.
Yeah, because
it's nothing new though.
Yeah,
there's nothing new. Jab Judah did it. Muhammad Ali said that. Mike Tyson said it. It's not really revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? It's been plenty of our fighters that gave praise to Allah after their victory, after being victorious. I think that we kind of, and I'm gonna speak for myself, I think at times I want to see him hold that torch and be revolutionary, because he has the ability to. He has such a platform and he has such a air about him that if he was to take that path, man, the power he has and how much will follow. But I've also seen them say one thing and do something else twice so far. 3 times the strikes for me. So I've seen them do it twice.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. So at this point, just be a great father, be a great man, and then live your life through. I got what you're saying, but I want to make sure we get that clear.
Yeah, and add on what you're saying. See, I have cousins that I don't respect. I love them. They can come over for Thanksgiving. They can do whatever, but I don't listen to a word they're saying. Oh, Fred, we gonna do this. I ain't listening to you. So for a man, for the most part, I take a man at his word. Like, and if I say something, more than likely I'm gonna do it, right? So there's a level of integrity that I have within me, right? And so when another man does it and he doesn't do it consistently, then I'm like, dude, come on, just don't do it. Just don't say it. It's like when people say, hey, you want to hear some crazy news? I said, nope, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Nah, I don't want to hear it. Just live your life. I'm not the guy to gossip on the phone, and I don't want to. I'm good. You know, so this is really, in my opinion, I'm trying to give Dev advice. It may sound hard and all this because I don't really speak in metaphors when we talk in truth. So I just think Dev just need to pull back, because if you're going to be that dude, you got to be that dude. You can't half step when you're that dude, because I don't half step. And when you're dealing with men don't half step. Does that make sense?
You're right. You're right. It's
Yeah,
lessons learned. It's lessons learned. You're teaching him. I got what you're saying. I'm exactly the same way. You know what I'm saying? I'm exactly the same way. And like, and men, like you said, men don't half step. You know what I'm saying? Men don't, like, I remember the time that how can I say this? I remember a situation where Batman came up and was like, hey, y'all roll out. And that was it. You won't roll out. That's for you to figure out. But it ain't gonna be no, well, I didn't do this because somebody didn't roll out. It was whatever the fuck happened, and you got it. It's your issue.
Right.
Because I said, when I see this person, this is who's gonna be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. I just also feel like sometimes he's while we want him to be here, while I want him to be there and be ready.
Nah, I don't.
He's not ready to be that yet. And I think he won't be until he fully shakes off from his pops. Because he has such a strong father and a great father, I think a little bit at it kind of keeps him from having to, you know what I'm saying, weather that deep storm. Because, you know what I'm saying, his pops did a hell of a, you know what I'm saying, job guiding him and navigating him and keeping the other shit from him that builds that type of demeanor or that type of that personality trait. Because to do that, you have to learn that. And you learn that by running your mouth and saying you're going to do something, and then you see the motherfucker and they hit you in your fucking mouth. Like, but damn, next time I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking do it. Or next time I say I'm going to buy that stock, I'm going to buy that fucking stock because I done missed out.
Right. And this has happened before. So I'm like, Deb, no, don't do it. Like, for example, when he said, oh, Canelo's a cheater, and then you're asking him for a picture. I'm like, hold up. Nah, we can't do that. Like, in my head, I'm like, dude, I can care for you. I'm never not gonna root for you. People think like, no, this has no. I'm not gonna say, oh, now he's a terrible fighter. I think Dev is top 12, somewhere in there. He's somewhere in the top 12. You know, somewhere outside the top 10, inside the top 10. He's somewhere in there. You know, 8 to 12 is comfortable for Dev, right? And so it's not that, but I'm just talking about character. Your consistent character. Like you can't pull in and then pull out, pull in and then pull out. You understand? And I don't care if his name is Devin Haney or Tyrone Williams. This is the same conversation I'm going to have. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, because you're Dev and he's very likable. If you've met him, I mean, I was going to use the word adorable, but he's a grown man. But yeah, like he's very likable, respectful, but I don't want him to get pinned. I don't want him to get pinned and then fail. So in my opinion, just focus on Kambosos, and then Loma's coming down the pipe. I don't think you're the favorite against Loma right now. If they fought today, I would go with Loma by like split decision, maybe. You understand? So he really needs to focus on Loma. I'm rooting for Dev. But I think that should be the path. I really believe. Kyle, you biting at the big, you biting at the bit, Kyle?
Man, he gonna dust Lomachenko. Bro, I don't understand you, man. Didn't you lose? Didn't you lose that bet last time, man? Listen,
I lost. Yeah.
Listen, dude.
Yeah.
He can't beat Devin Haney. The flaws that he used to exploiting, Dev don't got them flaws. And as much as people don't like Teofimo Lopez, Teofimo Lopez didn't have them flaws either. Y'all, we seen Richard Comey last night. He had a lot of flaws. Devin Haney don't got them flaws, man.
Man, I here's why I think Devin gonna
have to knock him out.
He's gonna have to knock him out.
He's gonna have to knock him out because they want Lomo to have that belt. They want Lomo to have all that. Yeah. They want him to. So if you take it to the judges, they're gonna try to do that man dirty, man. And I do not want to see him get done that way. That's not right. Because the man is a hell of a fighter, and it sucks. That means he has to alter his skills to be less of a boxer, to more of a brawler, just to make sure he wins, which is not fucking fair.
Yeah, now you're right, champ. Calling him Manadora was kind of I wouldn't, but he's such a complete young man. Like he don't really have like when you first meet him, he don't really have any flaws. Dev. Like he's likable, he's respectful, he answers in complete sentences, he looks you in the eye, he shakes your hand. He don't have flaws like that. He's not like he's not a nigga. He's not like these niggas running the street, and that's why I don't want him to get pinned in that shit. I don't want, and thank you for correcting me, champ. Like I don't want him to get pinned like that. That stereotype. I don't want him. I want this man to ascend. You know what I mean? Because once you pick up that cross, you got to carry it. That shit is a ass wilder. It's a heavy cross to bear. D told me in there, the first thing he said to me, if I remember, 6 months after I called him, I spoke to him the day before we did the interview that Sunday. I spoke to him Saturday for about an hour. One of the first things he said to me is, I can't believe, man, my own people turned their back on me. Everyone reposting the memes and shit after the second fight or third. I forget, man. It's all a blur. But second fight, after the second fight. It was all a blur, but you see all the Deontay Wilder's fans posting the memes and shit. And you know what I mean? I was looking on my time. I'm like, dude, you was a Wilder fan before the fight. You know what I mean? So I just think that it's a heavy cross to bear because I carried it in boxing for y'all know, and you ain't gonna get no support. You won't get it, man. You won't get it. And Devin character is probably similar to Lincoln's. You understand? Pretty similar to Lincoln's, like in terms of yes, sir, no, sir. So, and I talk to Lincoln how I would talk to Dev. Like I don't mince my words with Lincoln. No, you look that man in the eye, you shake his hand. Like I don't play with Lincoln. You tuck your shirt in. You know what I mean? Your zipper got to match your buttons on your sweater. Like you got to have that gig line in order. I'm serious. Like this is what what I learned growing up as a man is what I'm teaching him to be a man. So his shirt ain't this way. His pants ain't this way. We line up the gig line and we walk in a straight line. We say, yes, sir, no, sir, and that's the same way. That's the same way I am with Dev, the same way I'm with Lincoln. But when you meet Devin, I'll say it again. Flawless. He looks flawless. You know what I mean? But I haven't seen him since he was 21. I haven't seen him, but I'm just saying, damn near perfect. Seriously. I ain't lying. You know how you go over to your neighbor's house and you like, damn, that's a great he gonna be a great young man. That's the thoughts you have when you meet Dad for the first time. Swear.
Hey, Fred.
Uh-huh.
You said something. I just want to say this real quick before, because Andy Ruiz and while the fight, I just want you to know I'm gonna be talking all the shit. Because I never was a Wilder fan. Because his style isn't, a boxer's style. But I got Andy whipping that ass, and I hope
I'm glad you do, because I don't. He gonna knock all the black beans out that motherfucker.
Nah, Andy get tough.
Man, that motherfucker gonna knock. He gonna knock all the mouths out of that motherfucker. Man, he
across the border.
You better hope he can beat
Facts. He gotta win this Sunday.
I don't think he's gonna get past Ortiz.
I don't think he's gonna let me down. He been at Home Depot training and everything. I seen him at Taco Bell making taco. Home Depot laying.
Man, they gonna call us racist, man. They gonna call us racist. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think he's gonna beat.
I don't think
it's gonna be a close fight. I don't think he's gonna beat Ortiz, man. I don't.
Ortiz gonna win, but that's just gonna fuck up. You see, thinking on Ruiz. I don't know why they put that fight up. I don't know why they did that. They should have put him in
the fight.
That's another kink in the system.
Hell no, I ain't buying that shit.
I'm charging it to one of my contracts. Fuck that.
That's one thing that I got an issue with. If we're gonna be boxing fans, we need to support the sport, man. I mean, if you're gonna watch the fight, pay for it. Don't stream it. Pay for the fight.
I got like 3 Errol Spence sweaters, 3 Deontay Wilder sweaters, and J-Rock shirts.
But the network's got to make money too in order to put the fights on.
Man,
I don't know how to stream a fight, but if y'all do, get at me, show me. No, I don't know how. You know what I'm saying? I'm still the guy that I'm still the guy that go to the strip club and tip the bitch a whole $500 if I ask for the blowjob in the back for $40. Like, I don't know how to go straight to the point.
Man, shit, man.
It's been a very long time since I've been to a strip club. Very long.
It's the same energy. You ain't missing much.
Hey,
but
Vaughn, are you one of them dudes that be sitting around the stage eating chicken wings while the woman is got her behind in your face?
Nah, you can't mix the food with the ass, man. You can't.
Yeah, you get fecal matter all over your chicken wings. I saw a dude, man.
Hold on. I eat ass.
Oh, him and Kyle on the same team. Yeah, him and Kyle teammate.
Yeah, because I could tell you, back in the day, I had to look back in the archives, but the last time I went to a strip joint, it was a long time ago.
Hey,
but
why did he have to use a big ass word, man?
Dude sitting right next to the stage with a big plate of chicken wings, hot wings, and the woman, and I was like, man, you gonna eat those chicken wings after that? That's crazy.
Is that what?
Man, they both go on your lips, man. If that's what's turning you off, you shouldn't even be in there. Because imagine the flow.
Yo, I ain't been to a strip club.
I was just wondering if that was your. MO. Is that your MO? You like to get a little?
Nah. That ain't my MO. But I will. What the fuck? If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Like you said earlier, I ain't gonna half-ass it, bro. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I actually thought about opening up a strip club and call it the pole prep and all. Let me stop for this, Fred. I'm sorry. Let me not get you.
Oh, okay. Do you?
I said I wanted to call it a pole prep, man, and all Catholic priests, doulas, all of them get in free. The stage gonna be called the baptism, and we don't make it rain. We sprinkle holy water.
Yeah, but you're gonna go straight to damnation when it's all over with too.
Hey,
but long as you forgive, long as you ask for forgiveness is good.
Kyle like that out there.
Listen, before it can end, he'll be struck down 4 times by 10 lightning bolts.
Wow, what's the difference? No matter
how you gonna mix religion with Greek mythology though? Lightning bolts? Come on, man.
Man, listen. Call DM Tevin Farmer and y'all work that out.
Nah, Fred, you gonna invest in it.
I invested in the motherfucking strip club.
And we gonna have Kyle in there too.
Hey,
Kyle gonna be the DJ.
I learned my lesson about cash businesses. You gonna cash businesses, man. Motherfucker know you in the cash. Nah, I was gonna buy a bar. Me, Derek, and Rob, three total of the 5 business partners. We was gonna buy a place on not Slauson, but Crenshaw and Adams, and we didn't do it. It's just the night lifestyle. What you
It's
want?
a lot of headaches with it.
Yeah, it's a lot of headaches. What you want?
That's Lincoln.
You looking for the vacuum? It's in the weight room. All right, no, Dre.
Niggas got weight rooms and shit.
No, the whatchamacallit. Hey.
She ain't looking for no vacuum. She told him to put his voice down. She
Hey.
You ain't opening shit. Take it.
Oh, what's that shit that cleans the house?
The robot
Swiffer? Wife?
No, her too. The shit on the ground. The vacuum. What's it called?
Yeah, the robot.
The robot. Nigga, just said that.
Yeah, but what's it called though?
Roomba.
I don't know. iRobot.
Yeah, whatever it is. A Roomba. Yeah, she's looking for the Roomba. That's what she's looking for. Yeah. So shit died somewhere. So, anyways, man. But yeah, it's I like that idea though. And you're gonna get a lot of press. Oh, you're gonna get a lot of press. If you market that shit right, you'll get a lot of press. But yeah, so we didn't buy that. We didn't buy because it was right across the street from a. If you guys know the area, it's right on Slauson. It's called the Living Room on Slauson, not Slauson, but Adams and Crenshaw. It's still there, but we didn't buy. It was by 2 gas stations, and then directly across the street was a weed dispensary. We was like, nah, I ain't taking that risk, man. Fuck that. So we didn't do it. That's as close as I came. So didn't do it.
How much was the initial investment? How much was the initial investment to get it off the ground?
It was affordable. It was very affordable. It was because this was 5 years ago. It was just over $1 million, and with 3 people on a loan, it's not much. We just had to redesign it and whatever, So it was very affordable. So very affordable. So 3 people, we were gonna pay cash for it because we had to get the liquor license. So, but we didn't do it. I'm gonna get Derek on here one day. One day I'll convince him to come on.
Yeah, you been saying that for like the last 2 years.
I know, but he don't want to come on. He probably listening right now. You don't want to come on.
He ain't listening to your shit, man.
He listens every now and
then. He said, I ain't fucking with Fred Toxic guys. I'm gonna get money with that nigga, but they don't even know I know him.
Facts.
You text him, man, stop saying my name.
Right. But yeah, man, getting back to what we were talking about, man. That revolutionary tag is it's heavy to carry, man. It's heavy.
Man, you don't get no fucking rewards for that shit, man.
You don't.
Man, fuck all that, bro.
Trophies. Like, and that's what Drake said. There's no reward for this.
I think the thing is I don't think it's wrong for you to speak your truth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't have sound bites. Like I was saying before, like when he was yelling out Allah Akbar, when he was after he got that's a sound bite that can be interpreted a million different ways, right? And usually the way it's going to be interpreted from a Western perspective is going to be and it's going to be an adversary, politically fused type of perspective that hates the Western world. The thing is that obviously there's issues that exist between the Islamic world and Western world, but you can discuss those in a way that's logical, respectful, and it's not about sound bites, and it doesn't conjure up certain emotions that you can have an intelligent conversation behind it versus having a bunch of emotions that generate hate and adversity. You know what I mean? It's a difference. And so I don't think I don't think the Haneys or Devin Haney should stop supporting that lifestyle and that religion and speaking out on its behalf. but I think he should probably avoid the sound bites and be more be more articulate and explaining his position on the things he sees wrong with Western society versus the Islamic faith. So that's what I would go with. And also, one of the dudes, Juan, said something about him getting away from his father. One thing I learned about, and then this is a 1,000-foot view, right? 1,000-foot view, looking at the Haney's from afar and seeing seeing interviews and stuff that he's done. He really seems like he's a really authentic person.
He's awesome.
When it comes to his son. I don't see him I don't see him being a person that's going to hold his son back or not give his son the limelight or try to steal his son's his son's spotlight. I think he always puts his son out there, respects him as a businessman. I mean, I think his father's great. I would never recommend that they split up. Because I don't see, like, Roy Jones's father was kind of, hampered him a little bit. You can see some other boxers that have father-son relationships where the father was just overshadowing the son. I think Sean Porter's dad was the same way, where he overshadowed Sean Porter in some ways. But I don't see that in the Haney's. I think his dad really lifts him up, holds him out there in front of the world.
No, I don't. Yeah, I would agree. I have nothing bad to say, but I'm just saying I just don't want these consistencies, these how you say inconsistencies. Thank you. Appreciate you. Getting in, like, changing people's opinion on him. If it haven't already, because if you beat Lomachenko, you're the king of the hill. Period. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't understand why people are so convinced that Lomachenko is this, that, and the other. The guy's had less than 20 fights and 2 losses, man. He's had less than 20 pro fights and 2 losses. Why is everyone tooting his horn like he's some, unbeatable force that, I mean, the guy's been.
He's the Russian Leon. He's a Ukrainian Leon Spinks, man. Hey, what you got, Max? He was 7-0 when he fought. He beat him too.
I just hopped into this conversation, so I'm not really sure what you're on. But I heard the Loma talk, and I think it's just because his first 20 fights were pretty much better competition than most people's first 20 fights. I mean, he got thrown into the wolves right away. He didn't have them 10 warm-up fights. He didn't get them 5 Jake Paul fights. He didn't get all everyone else's first 5-10 fights. He fought Gary Russell within his first 5 fights. Like,
Max, you're working for the system. You don't understand. You can't understand the flight.
I know one of the things that
ESPN more.
I know one of the things.
Oh no, he's white. We can't say no good about him. Oh no.
I know one of the things. I know one of the things that
foolishness because you're lost. You're lost.
I know one of the things that a lot of you houses try to do is when he fought Rigondeaux. When he fought Rigondeaux and he beat him. When he fought Rigondeaux quit.
It broke my heart.
But Rigondeaux came up from like 118 pounds, didn't he? He went up 2 weight classes to fight.
Loma was ducking Rigondeaux for a cool minute. That's why he went up 2.
He went up 2 weight classes, but every time you hear people talk, they talk about how he made Rigondeaux quit and this, that, and the other. But I don't. For me, I can't get past the fact that he's had less than 20 fights and he's already lost twice in the pros. So I don't get the mystery behind his boxing. I just don't.
I think he's still a good fight for anyone in that division. I don't know if he beats everyone because I think he's on the tail end of his career, but
he's a good fighter.
Fight against any of the top 5 fighters in 135.
He's a good fighter, but he's not a great fighter. I don't see him in that way. I don't see him. I see him as a very good fighter, but I don't see him in the light that most people try to project him in, where he's like completely invincible. And he's
probably a Hall of Famer already.
Pound for pound type
based on his amateur career, yeah. I think he had like over 400 fights and only 2 losses or something.
He's no Michael Jordan, but he's LeBron, man. The dude, I give respect when respect is due. The boy can fight.
Well, he might not be LeBron now. He might be like a T-Mac. He's a T-Mac. You got the skill set without the accomplishments. Yo. But nah, I mean, Loma's fight, I still want to see Loma versus Devin. I want to see Devin fight everybody at least once, so that way we don't have to hear about it later that he missed somebody on his way up.
I think that and this may sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I think Devin's got some flaws that Loma could exploit. And one of the things that I saw Devin do when he was fighting in the unification, or not the unification, but the undisputed bout, is his jab, man. His jab when he shoots that jab,
when he brings
that back, man, he brings that jab back down to his waist, man.
Yep.
He brings it. He brings it back. He drops that jab, bro. I mean, if he fights Tank doing that, he's going to sleep, boss.
But I also think that he fights to his level of opponent. Like people say that about a lot of fighters, but watching Devin and looking at the things he do, he actually literally does fight to the level of opponent he has in the ring. He has some more shit with him. I don't know exactly what he has with him, but watching him, he has some shit with him that once someone put that pressure on him, or he got somebody that's making him pay for dropping that and this and that, he could tighten up. And I think it's a whole nother realm or another level to what he has in his tool bag that we just haven't seen. And Lomo might be one that might bring some other things out of him. But I don't think it will be an easy day at all for Lomo. I think the only one that's going to go up and get that boy his number is going to be Shakur.
Oh, to beat Devin?
I think Tank too.
I think Tank got him, bro.
I think Tank too little, bro.
I think Tank's boxing skills are severely underrated. The shit he does outside of his power is fucking crazy, man.
I think Tank got him.
He's probably one of the best, if not the best, trap setter in boxing. His footwork's crazy. His angle's crazy. His defense crazy. Like, his shit's cool, bro. Tank is a very good fighter past his power, away from the power, which he showed.
Here's one thing that Devin does a lot that's not going to work against Tank. He pot shots a lot. He pot shots, one punch, one jab, that's not going to work against Tank. Tank is going to bring that heat, and so I don't see him beating Tank, man. I don't see him beating Tank. I don't see him beating Shakur Stevenson either. But I don't, again, that's my opinion. I don't see him beating Tank or Shakur. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think Devin needs to step his inside fighter, and I would say probably become more defensively sound when he's inside, because even just inside, he don't bring his shit back up either a lot of times. So you can catch him on the break and shit.
You can't really catch him if you got the reflex that he got, though.
But that's Tank's bread and butter, though. Like I'm interested in seeing that fight for other reasons. One, you got one of the best dudes at range and distance versus one of the best dudes that knows how to close range and distance, which is Tank. Because Tank has always been undersized. He's been this way his whole life since he was little. Every division he's ever fought in, he's in smallest. So that's why the closest fight or most competitive fight we saw was against Isaac Cruz, a broken hand, because it was someone that was his size or smaller for one.
Yep.
And he had to adjust. But when it comes to anyone taller, he knows what to do. He's been little his whole life.
Yep, he knows exactly what to do. One of the things that I hate to be around in this era of boxing is looking back at the four kings, Sugar Ray, Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns, and Duran. And I really think there's a fifth king that they don't really acknowledge, and that's Wilfred Benitez. Oh, well, I'll say Wilfred Benitez, yeah. Aaron Pryor could have been in there too, but so 6 of them. But the bottom line is that these guys are not fighting each other, and they really have an era that can go down in history, man. Based on you're looking at Loma, you're looking at Tank, you're looking at Robert Garcia. You're looking at Garcia, Devin, Shakur. Those guys, if they were to mix it up, I mean, they could make history, in regards to the quality of fights that are possible. So I think they're missing the chance to really go down and make a legacy for themselves in the sport by not fighting each other.
Well, it ain't them. It's their management. It's their promoters.
Right.
That's who's in charge. All these people always talking about, oh man, they work for the fighter. No, they don't. They work for that bag. Whoever got the money is in control.
Facts.
Yeah, and I'm wondering. Probably, I think the advent of the rise of UFC. That's
right. That's right.
That's the
Let's
problem.
go, Fred. You're a believer now.
I
Let's
am a believer.
Combat sports, man.
Man, that was exciting.
Yeah, combat sports and UFC are kind of like still in the bag from boxing.
And what I like about UFC is they're not so rigid. Boxing is so rigid, man. You know, from the announcers to man, they so loose and so free, and it's I like it. They talking like us. I like that, man. Yeah. I really like the presentation of it, man.
That's why that fight against Roy Jones and Tyson was so was so good.
Yeah.
That was a great idea to do the fights like that, and to have that entertainment aspect of it.
Yeah,
and I think that's the only way that boxing is going to really be able to generate the money that it deserves to compete with the UFC.
Yeah,
it's going to have to be something that
why Snoop Dogg hasn't been an announcer yet again is beyond me.
Well, yeah, well.
They used to have a Snoop doing the UFC shit with Uriah Faber on like another channel or whatever.
Yeah,
that shit was funny.
Shout out to KR. He saved Deontay Wilder's life today. You know, Deontay Wilder almost left the earth today from a beetle. Shout out to KR artist, man.
Wait, what?
He was interviewing D today, and a beetle attacked him. Shout out to KR artist with the reflexes. Oh, I see you out there. Anyways, he's a friend of mine when I used to cover fights. Now he's still a friend, but I used to see him more often cover fights. But yeah, and the best fights the best. You always gonna see 3 championship fights on the card at least, right?
Yeah, the bigger cards for sure.
Yeah,
there's usually at least a pay-per-view is usually at least 1, if not 2, and yeah, the best because they have great fights with no belts on the line too on the undercards like. And that pay-per-view, you're getting at least 5 high-quality fights where you can watch the first, and that don't include the free prelims, which most people will watch that shit too. Like, They put together a good product, man. They're good at building stars. They're good at doing what they got to do, developing fighters.
And here's a key element. Dana White is everywhere.
Yeah,
Dana White don't turn down a microphone, just like Eddie Hearn. That's why Eddie Hearn is so polarizing. You know, PBC don't have it. Oscar don't do it no more. I don't know if he ever did, but he's not everywhere. You know, and he don't come off as inviting.
And if he is, it's for the wrong reason.
He doesn't come off as inviting. You know what I mean? He's not that. Bob Arum is more inviting than Oscar De La Hoya, you know, and PBC needs somebody. You know, PBC should hire a guy like me, you know, similar to me, or they should hire Keith Thurman. Keithy, you should be the Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn of PBC. Fuck fighting, retire, and that could be your new position. He would be great at it. Or maybe
selling dreams. Yeah, he's great at that.
Yeah. Andre Berto, maybe. You know, they need a person. I'm telling you, know how much of the market.
James Tony.
Yabba dabba do, yappy. That motherfucker stuck. Man, but it's his own fault. He never trained. If he would have trained, he wouldn't have that much brain damage. You know what I mean? But I'll say this too. Let me ask y'all this question. Now that I have, what percentage of the market space do you think PBC lost because they didn't have a spokesperson like a Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum, Oscar De La Hoya?
I don't know, because I feel like the mystery of Al Heyman kind of sold well.
Okay. True. You can go that way.
It's just like this mysterious figure that's a promoter, but not really a promoter. He's just an advisor.
Because who's the point person for Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford? Who's the point person for Jamal Charlo's next fight? Who's the point person for Frank Martin's next fight?
I think what they should have done is get like a person that's already established in mainstream America, like Jamie Foxx, or
Jamie pull it off easy.
and hired him.
They don't pay enough though. They don't pay enough.
Well,
Jamie boxing, but I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, hired him as a spokesman for for PBC. Someone that's already mainstream, that's middle of the road mainstream, that can appeal the sport or make the sport appealing to people who don't even normally watch boxing. And I think Jamie Foxx, someone of that nature. The guy, what's that dude's name? Marky Mark. What's that dude that used to rap?
Yeah, he would be great at it, but he can't afford him. But I get what you're saying. He would be great at it.
That's what they needed. They needed something like that. Something that those two guys come in and promote the PBC fights.
Mark Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
I think Mark Wahlberg would be good at it. He sounds kind of rogue in his interviews.
He's always at the fights. He's always at the fights.
That's what I'm saying. And he knows boxing. Who would y'all think in the chat could be PBC spokesperson? You got to have an understanding of what's going on in the world, and you got to have absolute understanding of the whole entire world of sports. I'll open up the phone line. Wait. Yeah, feel free to call in. At Williams now. Charlemagne the God. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think he's mature enough yet, though. I think he's too much on the youthful side. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Winky Wright. Winky Wright. I only interviewed him one time in my life. I was at his last fight though. It was out here at StubHub Center. 410. What's up?
Winky's not mainstream.
Promoters. Let me turn it down a second. Promoters are really fight financiers. They're not so much promoters. That's what they're called. But you take a 90-year-old Jewish white man like Bob Arum, kind of long as to do to make Devin Haney popular. I mean, of course, he'll say good things about him. That's what they do. I mean, they're going to do that. But what's he going to make, a rap video or get on a rap video? Or how's he going to make a fighter, just using Haney as an example, popular? What the reason the fighters sign with promoters is because the promoters finance the fights. The fighters don't have the type of money to finance the fights. And when they do get big enough, like a Oscar or Floyd, of course, or Canelo, that's when they don't need the promoter any longer. They ain't got nobody ringing a bell for them, neither, like in a traditional sense of what a promoter, now back in the old days of boxing, when boxing was real popular, 40s, 50s, 30s, boxing, people would go to see boxing matches just for something to do. And the promoter would come to town a couple weeks early, put up flyers, get a bullhorn and stand on the corner and shit like that. And they were closer to more of what you would think the word promoter means than what they've been now for the longest time, which is fight financiers. That's the deal there. But I also wanted to say real quickly, Devin Haney, I'm not a big fan of Devin Haney's fighting style, but when I first started seeing Haney, I thought, I like this guy, man. This guy is got a respectful way of talking. He doesn't come off as a wannabe thug, and I like him. Until I heard the racist comment that he made about Lomachenko. And once I heard that, I will never buy a Devin Haney fight.
Sure. And you're entitled to that. He said, I'll never let a A white boy beat me again. Yeah. I mean, never.
No,
Like not
what
again.
What he said was, "I'll never lose to a white boy.
Oh, okay.
If I fight a white boy 10 times, I'll beat a white boy 10 times."
Uh-huh.
And that was totally unnecessary for him to say that. Mayweather never said nothing like that. Mayweather would say, "I don't see no fighter beating me." Mayweather was smart. He's smarter. That's why he's got that warehouse full of money. He knew better than not to say that. And I guarantee you, Haney lost a lot of the interest from white fans like myself, which I try my very best. I don't like to let race play into boxing, and I could be a big Haney fan despite his style. And it was uncharacteristic for me when I heard him say that. I wish he would have apologized or took that back.
He did apologize.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they put out a statement. But, it's on the boxing scene.
I wish he had apologized though, because he was talking about a particular fight. It wasn't like he was saying it just to say it. He was asked a question. And he answered the question accordingly. So it wasn't a racist comment.
He wasn't asked would he lose to a white fighter. When he put the white in there, that's what makes it racist. He could have simply said, like Mayweather used to say, he could have simply said, I don't see no one beating me. What he should have said is, look, Loma is a 2-time Olympic champion and a 3-weight division world champion, and it would be an honor to fight him. He's good, but I think I'm better, and I think I'll beat him. He didn't have to say what he said. But if he apologized for it, that means something to me, because listen, we all say things sometimes that we don't mean really, or we may regret. I didn't hear that he apologized, but if he did, that means something to me. Even though he may have just done it because of bad press, but still, if he did it, good on him. I also wanted to say though that outpointing George Kambosos does not make you a pound for pound fighter. Sorry. The good news is you got plenty of time to make your mark. The most important thing for Devin Haney is to try to look exciting in his fights and be more appealing to boxing fans. And that way he can get big fights to further define him. But what he's done to this point, don't put you on the pound for pound list.
So being undisputed, winning the belt from the same guy that beat the guy that you said was a 2-time Olympian and 2-division world champion ain't good enough?
No, because people undisputed, if you break that term down, it means there's no dispute. You beat the top guys in the division and no one can dispute that you're the best. He didn't do that. He beat one guy who nobody really considered top 3 in the division. Now he's the lineal champion, which is an important accomplishment. He beat the man who beat the man, and that's an important distinction to me. But people get carried away with the belt collection and the term undisputed. When Oscar De La Hoya was the champ, Ike Cortez was the other champ, Shane Mosley was the other champ, and Felix Trinidad was the other welterweight champ. Now, you fight them 3 guys and you beat them, then by definition, you're undisputed because you beat the best guys in the division. Devin Haney did not beat the best guys in the division, whether or not
who was the best guys in the division?
Well, Lomachenko is certainly up there, but Tio Lopez.
Didn't he get his ass beat by? He lost the belts, right? Didn't he lose the belts?
Oh, Lomachenko.
Yeah. He lost the belts, right?
Yeah, he did lose the belts.
Okay. And then Teofimo Lopez did what with them belts?
You can lose a fight and still be a great
What
fight.
did Teofimo Lopez do with them same belts? What he do with them?
What's that?
What did Teofimo Lopez, the guy that beat Lomachenko, what he do with them belts? What happened with him?
Well, you know the answer to that. He lost to Kambosos.
Okay. And who got the belts right now?
Yeah, Haney. You know the answer
okay.
to that.
So how are you saying he didn't beat the best? The best person is one with the belts. The one you said was the best lost. Then he lost to the guy that Devin Haney beat. So how is Devin Haney not the best?
When Buster Douglas beat Tyson, was he the best heavyweight in the division, or did he get knocked out in his very next fight in 2 rounds?
I mean, the sun shines on a dog's ass sometimes, but he didn't train like he was supposed to. He didn't train the same way he trained with Buster Douglas. But Buster Douglas was the best for that night, though. When he beat Tyson, he was the best heavyweight because he was the heavyweight champion, right?
Well, the point is he wasn't the best heavyweight.
What makes you the best? If you beat the best person, don't that make you the best?
Not necessarily.
When you win an NBA championship, don't that make you the best team in the NBA?
Well, now you're talking about an organized sport where there's playoffs and
my God. It's all a sport, bro. If to beat a man, you got to beat the man, and he beat the man.
Yes, he did, and that's what that makes him the lineal.
So that makes you undisputed. If you got all the belts, you the king of the division. How the fuck is Lomachenko in your top 10? And he lost twice, and he lost them same belts.
I don't agree that Loma should be in the top 10 right now. No, so you know that's there also. However, Lomachenko has a far better body of work than Devin Haney does. Now,
so what's his body of work?
What's that?
What's his body of work?
Go look at Go look at his box rec. The guy beat Gary Russell in his third fight. People like to talk about the Salido loss that was a farce, and totally ignore that in his third pro fight he beat Gary Russell and beat him handily.
He didn't beat him handily. If they called that, it's a split decision. And if they called the knockdown, which was a knockdown, Gary Russell wins that fight. Because he didn't beat him handily, bro.
Okay, well it's a majority. It was a majority decision.
So somebody thought that. So somebody didn't think so. Somebody didn't think he beat him handily. Then one of the judges didn't think that.
All three judges scored for Lomachenko. So
go back and look at that.
Call it what you want. I like Gary Russell.
All right, so now look, you say so. Gary Russell. Who else? Who else was the top fighter besides Gary Russell?
Well, you should know. I mean, if you
I
want
can
to
name him
about who he fought, you should know who he fought. In 16 fights, he got one of the best resumes in boxing. Go look at the guys he fought and what their records were. Most fighters start out fighting guys that got more losses than they got wins. The first guy Lomachenko fought had 23 wins and 2 losses. And right on down the line, undefeated fighters, undefeated champions, and guys with way more wins than losses. I don't have to stand up for Lomachenko's record. It is what it is, and it's a damn good resume in 16 fights. He got them 2 losses, and he doesn't belong in the top 10 pound for pound right now. You ain't going to hear me say that, but neither does Devin Haney. The good news for Haney is he got plenty of time to get there if he can get the big fights. And that's Haney's biggest problem, is going to be getting the big fights, because his style is not really impressing people too much, and it's not fan friendly, and therefore it's going to be hard for him to get big fights. You don't have a fan base, not that much of one.
You like Deontay Wilder?
Do I like Wilder? No, absolutely not.
See, you can't win with these people.
No,
you can't. No, you just can't win.
No, ask him why. No,
I was about to make my point. Okay, go ahead. I was about to make my point though.
Why?
Why do I not like Wilder?
Yeah.
Oh, I got several reasons to not like Wilder. First off, what he did to that little troll Charlie Zelenoff or whatever. Went to that gym and tried to put hurt on that little dude who basically is mentally challenged. Anyone can see that guy ain't right. And I know he was talking shit about Wilder's daughter, and I know that's wrong. But you're the heavyweight champion, man. You get paid millions of dollars to get to fight in the ring. Have a little dignity, have a little class. Also, what he did to Brazil, he approached that man while he was out with his family, and that's some lowball thug shit to do that, to approach that man. And it wasn't just Wilder, it was him and his brother. Now imagine how that made that man feel when he's out with his wife and kids, for him to approach him on the street when he gets paid millions of dollars to fight in the ring. Then all the excuses he made when Tyson Fury whipped his ass. Even throwing Mark Breland. Ain't nobody ever said a bad word about Mark Breland in boxing. I remember when Breland was a pro. Mark Breland is one of the good guys in boxing. He's been with Deontay Wilder his entire career. Wilder bragged about how loyal and dedicated he was going into the second fight, and then to put shade on that man's name and suggest that he poisoned you is just more bullshit from Deontay Wilder. So there's 3 good reasons why I don't like him.
Who's your favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter is Bud Crawford.
Okay, go ahead, Con.
And we're not going to make this a racist thing because I've been watching boxing since Ali was the champ. And if I made a top 10 list of my top favorite fighters, they all be black guys.
I'm not questioning whether you're racist. I just want
to what does it have to do with him being? What does it have to do with the ring though? Like inside the ring though, in the ropes.
In what regarding Wilder?
Yeah. I'm talking about in the ropes. We talking about the boxing style, but I don't care about what he did out the ring. Mike Tyson was a fucking animal off the ring, but
well, his boxing style. I mean, he's exciting. Anyone that can punch like that gonna make for exciting fights. Outside of his big punch, it's pretty obvious to anyone that knows boxing that he's not that good of a boxer. He can box some better than what I hear him being criticized for, but he's a power puncher and he relies on his power, and it's exciting. Yeah, I mean, I paid for and watched the Fury Wilder fights, and frankly, I was neutral, even though Wilder, a lot of this personal shit that I don't like about him. When I watch the fights, I just gotta let the best man win sort of attitude. As long as it's a fair fight, and I'm looking for a good fight with a fair outcome, and I'm happy with that. Even though I don't really like Deontay Wilder on a personal level because of the shit that he's done, but you know, in the ring, yeah, he's exciting.
So whose boxing skills do you like more, Devin Haney or Deontay Wilder?
Oh, well, Wilder, because like I say, Wilder's exciting. I haven't seen anything exciting from Devin Haney. In fact, you know, against Kambosos, it was a jab and grab fest, and it was disappointing. And even though he won, some people thought Kambosos won a couple rounds. I didn't think he won any rounds. But at the same time, I don't think Haney won any fans, because when you're that much better than your opponent, if you go look at Ray Leonard's entire career, Ray Leonard was that much better than his opponent. He stopped him, or he lit him up so bad that you just knew. You knew for sure. You know, what Haney did in that fight, people say is boxing. That ain't boxing. That's not boxing. Go watch Pernell Whitaker. Pernell Whitaker would stand right in front of his opponent, use his defense, and light you up at the same time. And he would rarely clinch. Clinching was a rare thing to see him. Hector Camacho is another one. That was master boxing. Of course, Floyd. But what Haney does is master spooling. 1-2, or a jab, and then grab and hold. And there he is. He was bigger than Kambosos. He was better than Kambosos in every way. He was faster, stronger, better jab, everything. Now, I gave him a little bit of a reprieve because he was fighting on foreign soul, and he wanted to make sure he won the rounds, and he was fighting for all the belts. So I get that. But moving forward, Haney, for his own good, fuck what I think about him, but for his own good, he needs to, when he's that much better, he needs to make it look like that, so that people, or do something to make it look exciting. If you don't have a lot of power, throw some combinations. Throw some fast combinations so people can be like, damn, you know, and there can be some excitement put on your fights. That way you can entice to get bigger fights because you got a fan base. I'm concerned for Haney that after this fight, I think it's going to be tough for him to get fights. Because if you're going to spool and fight like that, you know, Bud Crawford could fight like that. If he wanted to use his athletic ability to fight the way Haney does, he certainly could. Thank God he doesn't. Neither does the Charlos. They box, but they fight. They're exciting to watch. Errol Spence, these guys, they all box. They're not just face first sluggers. They're boxing, but they're fighting too, so that you know you're getting something for what you're paying for. Devin Haney, the spooling is not going to serve him well. And against Lomachenko, I don't know. You know, if he fights like that against Lomachenko, it's going to be tough for Lomachenko to beat him, because regardless what people say or want to make excuses, Loma is old in the game now, and he's kind of small at 135, and Devin Haney's kind of big and strong at 135. And if he's going to jab and grab and clinch, that's going to make it extremely hard for not just Loma, but for a lot of fighters to beat him. That coupled with the fact that he doesn't really have a lot of fans, is exactly why I think he has trouble getting fights, and I think probably have trouble moving forward.
You don't think he had trouble getting fights because he's good?
What's that?
You don't think he has trouble getting fights because he's good? You think it's only because he's boring?
Well, good. I mean, lots of guys are good. I mean, that's a relative thing. But these promoters don't make fights against other fighters just because they're good. There's got to be a financial, upside to making that fight. And Spooling, and I'll tell you another guy that does it, and that's Andrade. And and all you got to do is look at both of them, how they're getting avoided. They're not just getting avoided by a white fighter. They're getting avoided by all the top fighters because they want to get in there and spool. They don't have fan bases. And listen, I mean, who's going to want to pay? Now, can they win fights being effective fighting that way? Can it effectively win fights? Yes, it can, but I'm not sure it's going to win many fans. So for
that's
Devin,
not why Andre can't get a big fight though.
Who?
Andre can't get big fights because he has one of the worst management teams in the history of boxing. But that's here nor there. But we're talking about Devin Haney right now. And Devin Haney ain't getting fights because he can't sell nothing. He ain't getting a fight because don't nobody want to fight the guy.
So he's that scary good and dangerous that Tank Davis, this one and that one, the rest of them, they're scared of him. Is that what you're suggesting?
Precisely.
Yeah, I totally disagree with that. His fight before he fought Kambosos, he fought in Vegas, which is his adopted hometown and the fight capital of the world, and he drew less than 4,000 fans. So if you gonna draw in Vegas like that, less than 4,000 fans, and you got a style that spools and bores people, guess what? Fighters like Tank Davis and Lopez and them, they're not gonna want to fight you.
You bring up Teofimo Lopez. You bring up Teofimo Lopez, right? How many people was at his last fight?
A lot more than 4,000.
How much you want to bet?
And I'm being generous with the 4,000. Leonard Ellerby says it was 2,600 people. But I don't know.
Teofimo Lopez last fight did not have 4,000 people there.
Yes, it did.
Says the guy that was front row in the damn arena.
Who was?
This guy right here on TV.
And you counted the people in attendance.
How many people were at this fight, Kyle?
It was sold out, but that place don't hold that many people.
You talking about Devs, right?
I'm talking about the Resorts World. I'm talking about Teofimo Lopez right now.
Oh, 3,300 or something like that. That's
3,300 that was in attendance?
I think so for Teofimo, yeah.
Okay. Well, was it in Vegas?
Yeah. Vegas.
That fight was in Vegas, his last fight?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, but I'm gonna Google it real quick. I'll take your word.
Go Google it. Google it.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it right now.
No, Google it. Google it right now. Google it.
What up, Kyle? Fred?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? What up, Bird?
Man, Kyle, how you gonna let that man get away with all that trash he was talking just now?
He's on the phone.
You gotta let him talk. You know
Man, he full of it, man. I just sitting there laughing. I had to come here and say something, especially when he's saying something about Loma's better than Devin. I ain't never really seen Devin duck no smoke from anybody or ask anybody for protection from anyone. Why he knows a lot about boxing, but he's going over missing past all that just to give Loma a little praise. Ain't nothing special about Loma. Hey, there's nothing special about Loma but the light show, because everything Loma does, these young black boxers can do it. And Devin made a mistake for apologizing to him, man. It's a boxing game. Nobody says anything with these other boxers coming there. They're representing for their country. And I'm like that shit. I'm not gonna let no white dude beat me. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. It's boxing, and you taking up for him.
Right, but if Lomas said the same thing about Haney, I'll never lose to a black boy, and if I fight a black boy 10 times, you'd be singing a whole different song.
Actually, I wouldn't be saying that because I will make him back that shit up because we know who run boxing. Ain't no white boy finna do that, man. Not on no fair, straight boxing fight.
Man, please. If Lomas said the same thing about Devin Haney, you'd be saying the exact opposite of what.
Actually, I wouldn't care what Loma said. He's had to get in the ring and back it up. Because the only thing I've been seeing Loma do is talk and then go run behind somebody, run behind his promoters and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, he's a three-way.
Then you're saying Devin's boring. If Devin's so boring, you get some of these boxers that ain't boring, get in there and fight him and see how that turns out, right? They gonna stand in front of him, so it's that boxer's shot to try to make Devin look bad or knock him out. Boxing's about hitting and not getting hit. Boxing's about beating up the other guy, not about knocking people out. Come on, man. That's what people want to see, but that's not boxing.
Spence is not boring. Errol Spence is not boring. Jamel Charlo is not boring.
Okay, Devin, how about Devin can be that talented? He just makes it look easy and good, man. All these guys that did all that talking got in the ring with him and did what?
I'm as a jab and grab artist. How about that?
I think you're blind, man. He ain't no jab and grab artist. Come on, give that guy a chance. You claiming Loma's this, man, but I ain't see Loma do nothing.
Well, that just proves you got your eyes closed. He's a three-weight division world champion.
Man, shit, I don't think I ever really liked the white boxing. They ain't got nothing I want to see.
Loma was better than Haney. You never heard me say that. In fact, I said if Haney fights the way he did against Kambosos, it'll be hard for Loma to beat him. Did you not hear that?
But didn't he fight like that his last fight?
Who?
Haney.
Yeah, his last fight was against Kambosos.
No, his last fight before his last fight before Kambosos. How'd you like that fight?
It wasn't nothing special.
What did you want Devin to do against a dangerous guy? What would you want him to do? You don't have to have knockout power to be a good boxer. Shit, Wiki Wright didn't knock that many people out, but he can block, he can fight.
Wiki Wright threw 1,000 punches and stayed busy the whole fight. Never hardly clinched ever. Go back and watch the Kambosos fight. Look how many times.
So if clinching's not part of boxing, they should delete it altogether, right?
Well, it's not part of boxing.
Clinching is part of boxing, man. It's a smart part of boxing at that.
You don't know nothing about boxing, man. That's clear. The clinching is illegal in boxing.
Actually, it's not.
You get points deducted, and you can get disqualified.
If you do it so many times.
That's because it's illegal.
Elbows are illegal, but they still throw them, right?
Well, listen, lots of illegal shit happens, but that don't make it legal.
Those gloves Fury had were illegal.
If you want to believe that, then you can believe that.
Oh, man, I just came in here. You got to put some respect on Devin's name, man. Don't be like that, man.
Don't be like what? I didn't say nothing bad about him other than he's boring. And I ain't the only one.
But you missed the point. If a boxer's boring, what's up with all these guys that got in boxing right now that is in his division that thinks he's so boring? Why aren't they jumping out to want to fight him?
Well, I just explained why.
And why is that?
He doesn't have a fan base, number one, so there's no big money in fighting him. And number two, he's a spoiler. Spoilers have been avoided throughout boxing. Just like Andrade is also boring. You look at Andrade's fights. He sat there fighting all those useless mandatories, and his promoter was setting him up in fights where he should have looked good, and they were fights to make him look good. Instead, he looked good for 2 rounds, and then he spoiled for the rest of the fight, and he wound up getting booed every time. And look, when Pitbull Cruz fought Tank Davis, Tank Davis is a fighting fighter. Cruz has got an exciting style. And even though Cruz lost, he made a lot of fans in that fight.
Man, they were hyped up. Cruz was throwing over Tank's head, and people were like, ooh and ah, man. Spanish fans still believe in Santa Claus. Come on, man. That's not saying much. Cruz is just a one-trick pony when it comes to boxing.
Well, the point is this. You can make a lot of fans in a losing effort if it's an exciting fight.
I agree with that.
Yeah. You can lose a lot of fans and miss out on making fans if you're fighting someone that's a spoiler. Now, the good news for Devin Haney is he's young. He's already made a mark in boxing, and he got a lot of time left to continue to make his mark. But I'm telling you, regardless of how I feel about him, I know I'm not alone. For his own good, he needs to be a little bit more exciting to watch. And that doesn't suggest that he's got to be a face-first brawler.
Yeah, but I agree with you a little bit, but the same thing you were saying, I can say about Loma, because every time I see Loma fight, ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing special. Pull a glove down punch. Pull a glove down punch.
Clinch. You don't never see him clinch. If he gets in a clinch, he flips his arm.
Loma's clinched his last 2 fights, man. Look at him, watch. He'll clinch, and as soon as the ref break him up off the break, he'll try to throw a slick jab. Loma clinches too.
No. When Loma even gets in a clinch, he rips his arms out of the clinch. That's the last thing he does. What Loma does is master boxing. That's what master boxing looks like.
No, Loma's a master boxer. He's a master boxer.
Master boxing looks like getting your ass whooped by Teofimo Lopez. Losing the first 7 rounds.
He lost that fight. You ain't going to hear me say he didn't lose the fight. And I don't even accept the shoulder excuse, because I don't make excuses when fighters lose. They make them, but he lost that fight fair and square. And you won't hear me say anything different. But
how do you say one was a master class boxer, but the other one is a spoiler?
That's what I'm trying to get right there, Kyle.
What's the question?
No, shit.
So Starks wants to ask, what do you say? Ask him if he has a problem with Canelo saying he'll never fight another Mexican.
Yes, I do.
And
yeah, I'm a Canelo fan, but I don't like that. Don't agree with that at all. That sounds like a cop out to me. How the fuck you gonna sit up there and say you're not gonna fight anybody? Why? I don't know why he would even say that shit. I got an idea why he would say it, and it's this: Canelo Alvarez has never fought in a typical Mexican, what they call a Mexican style. And if he does fight, let's say Benavidez, the Mexican fans are going to expect him. They're not going to appreciate him getting in there and boxing. He lost a lot of fans, Canelo, when he boxed Triple G in the first fight. They wanted from him what they want from their fighters, which is to fight toe-to-toe and be reckless like that. And Canelo has never fought that way, never. And I think he knows that if he fights, say, a Benavidez or another Mexican, that's just what the fans are going to expect from him. He's too smart to do that, and he will get criticized and lose fans. But even having said that, that's still no reason for him to say that. So no, I don't like it.
Kevin Brower says if he hates clinching, he must hate Ali.
Man, that's good to say that.
Ali did a lot of clinching. Yes, he did. Ali did a lot of clinching in his career.
But how can you say one is top 10 and one is a spoiler? I'm just
super exciting.
Wait, how can you say you watch boxing when Ali clinched mostly his whole career? Clinching is not illegal. Clinching is very underrated. Clinching is very effective in boxing.
Well, clinching is illegal. Have you never watched a fight and seen an opponent get penalized for excessive clinching? Did you not see Henry Akinwande get disqualified?
Got disqualified. I was thinking that African, that heavyweight African.
Key word though, Brett. You said key word. Excessive.
Excessive holding is one thing. Clinching is a whole nother art form. Blatant excessive holding.
Fury's
it's
great
not
at
the same thing.
Fury's really good at it.
Well, lots of fighters are good at it. Muhammad Ali did a lot of clinching, but he also was very exciting at other times. So it wasn't like he just clinched, but yes, he did do a lot of clinching. And yes, excessive clinching is illegal in boxing.
I just think that's the only bad thing people can say about Devin when it's not really bad, because they don't have anything else negative to say about Devin. Oh, he clinches. That's just like saying only thing Mayweather can do good is a shoulder roll. Other than that, man, people can touch him. That's just crazy.
But we know better than that. Mayweather was an excellent counter puncher, a combination puncher, a complete fighter from top to bottom. And Mayweather, even when he was Money Mayweather, was still an exciting fighter. So
you're the first person to ever say that.
What's that?
You're the first person to ever say that, because Devin Haney he looks just like Money Mayweather did.
Basically the same things he does, but faster.
The same jab. Said he was doing the Canelo jab, clinching. All right, man. The boxing section is about to start. We're 15 minutes over. Fred has kids.
Hey, man, I see y'all over there in the boxing section, man. Salute, brothers. Salute.
Salute, everybody.
Tell me your name, brother.
Me?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my name's Jerry.
Jerry, call in anytime, please. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, yo.
All right. Appreciate you. I'll appreciate you, Jerry. He hung up. I'll say this. When Devin Haney makes comments like that, I don't mind the other side. I don't care. I like when I say the things I say, I don't give a fuck what I said it, I don't care if Devin just shouldn't have backtracked when he said it, and white people can respond, or non-supporters of that comment can respond any way they want to respond, because it just is what it is. They can call it what they want it, and in my opinion, they have every right to believe it. I'm like, fuck them anyway. What they think has no value. It's like me when I was doing the film. If you seen the film, you knew the direction I was going. I can give two flying fucks what people think about it. You know what I mean? I expect that response. I expect people who live by the red, white, and blue, the American flag, to say, well, why do you got to separate us by color? I expect it, So I think from that perspective, Devin has to, and that's what part of the reason why he apologized, because you don't want backlash from a person like this. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to deal with it. And it goes back to my original point. If you're going to step out there and be a revolutionary, you got to step out there and you got to hold that fucking flag. You got to hold that fucking cross. You know what I mean? You got to hold it. You fucking got to carry that shit. That shit get heavy. That shit get heavy. Read my comment section. You're a racist motherfucker. Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't give a flying fuck. I'm going to stand on it. You know what I mean? Racism is real. And I do love accountability, though. I'll say that. But yeah, people who believe in that red, white, and blue, they're going to say Devin's a racist. And Devin got to hold it. That's it. But he shouldn't apologize. It didn't change anything. They ain't going to strip him of the belt. Kyle, your picture is crooked. Right behind you, the very top one.
I know, man. I gotta fix
the linear one. What is it?
That's Ali versus Ken Norton.
Oh, dope, Ken Norton. Oh, what a brutal fight! What a brutal fight.
That was an older Ali.
What a brutal fight! Oh,
hey,
that's.
I guess I like niggas that clinch, Fred.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Clinching is an art form. It's part of the sport. Tyson Fury did it with Wilder in the last two fights. It is what it is. Devin has his own style. It's beautiful for me to watch because I'm here every night talking boxing. So how can I not like Devin Haney?
For me, it's exciting just seeing him get his head punched off and can't do shit about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at it. Not everybody's Roy Jones. Shit. Roy Jones is Haley's comment, Not everyone is committed like Errol Spence. He's committed to breaking you down. He's committed to that shit. Not everybody's Gary Russell gonna do it in 5-punch combinations. Devin has to figure it out. Devin has to figure out a way to physically impose himself on his opponents.
In the words of the great philosopher Al Davis, God rest his soul.
What he said, just win, baby.
Just win, baby.
I'm satisfied with that.
Just fucking win. All this extra shit we talking about. The last time he tried to do something for y'all, nice for y'all niggas, y'all shit on him to this day. Fuck y'all, man. Just win, man.
I don't even
he
think
tried to go out for the knockout, got caught with that hit, doing extra shit. Fuck that. Just win the goddamn fight, man.
That's part of it. That's why the greater audience respect risk. You got to take that risk. And he has to understand like how to take that risk. You know, he don't have the fan base yet. Floyd did it when he had the fan base. Floyd was knocking people out, man. He was knocking people's heads off. And then he got the fan base and he got brittle hands, or I should say not brittle hands, but his hands, he had hand problems. And he figured out how to win, but he had 1 million pay-per-views in the bag already. And he had a rival that was doing 1 million pay-per-view buys. Imagine that. Imagine your rival doing 1 million pay-per-view buys. You know, so Dev doesn't have that rival. Tank and Dev are not like, when are they gonna fight? It's not there yet.
That's the worst part about boxing, man. We always gotta, it's not there yet type shit, man.
It's not there. Yeah, yeah. No, they're ready to fight. I'm talking about like the rival, like Pacquiao.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like it's always are we there yet type shit, man.
Yeah,
like, bro, let's get this shit going.
Right.
Fuck all that, man. Like, fuck it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was actually
gonna watch that. Are you gonna watch that Mike Tyson show?
Sure. I don't give a fuck about Mike. Fuck him. Like I have no pity for Mike. That motherfucker blew $300-400 million. Fuck, I give a fuck about a millionaire going, are y'all gonna feel bad for me when I lose my little millions? Y'all like, how the fuck Fred's so conservative? He's borderline Republican. How did he lose all that money? I'm not blowing that shit, nigga. Fuck you mean? I'm not, no, man. I do this show at 7:30 on purpose, so I don't blow it. After I do this show, I take a shower, I cut on the boxing section, and I fall asleep. I put my TV on a timer and I fall asleep. Keep it a buck. That's what I do. I'm not, if I didn't have this show, man, I'll be, man, as soon as the kid, love you, Lincoln, gone. Love you, Kenny, gone. I ain't lying. God knows. And but Dev got to figure it out. He's 23. He got to figure it out. Or he got to get 15,000 fans in his pocket. If he got 15,000 fans and 400,000 pay-per-views in his pocket, fight however the fuck you want to fight.
I wish he'd go back to social media like he used to be, though.
Well, that's what got him there. He got to get back to being the community active. The community servant, doing those videos once a month, once a week. You know, he was great at it. You know, he was exceptional at it. You know, but I mean, he's a new rich man. You gotta balance that out. You know, you ain't the money you get you've never had before. So and he's a celebrity.
Jake Paul taught y'all. If Jake Paul, KSI taught y'all niggas one thing, nigga, fame is more important than skills.
Yeah, he got to get his fame button up. He will. And I don't care how much we like Devin's jab. If that nigga ain't better on October 15th and Deontay Wilder goes viral for knocking the dude out, I mean, he ain't gonna hear the end of it. You just jabbed your way to this shit. I mean, Dev got to stop this guy. It's round 13. He's smarter than him. He's better than him. He's longer than him. He's stronger than him. Kambosos can't beat this guy. There's no way in hell Kambosos can beat Dev. If he fought 10 times, Dev beat him 10 times. In my opinion. You know? And Dev gonna be on my little TV. I'm telling y'all, Dev ain't gonna be on my big TV. He's gonna be on my little TV because I think they fighting at the same time. So if Dev want to be box office, Dev got to work to get on the 75-inch TV. You know, he gonna be on a 43-inch TV. You know what I mean? So
well, why the fuck you got a 43-inch TV in your house?
43. I'm gonna buy one for outside.
Man, that's too little, man. You
fit on
apart there, man. You need to, come on, man. Give me a 50.
I
50.
don't know. We'll see. No,
50,
because it don't
man.
go in 50. It don't go in 50. It's an outdoor. Like it's a screen. So not a screen, but the outdoor TVs you got to do like half, not half sun. What's it called? Full sun, half sun. You know, shade. You know, so and those motherfuckers are expensive. So
yeah. Rich nigga problems. I don't feel sorry for your ass. Pay the
Exactly. I don't want nobody feeling sorry for me because I ain't blowing this shit. I ain't got no drug habit. I ain't got none of that shit. I ain't got no pussy habit no more. I mean, all that shit, man. Listen. I'm telling y'all,
hey,
I ain't blowing this shit.
That was classic shit right there, man.
What's that?
Can't get no better than that.
What's
How
that
just happened?
Oh,
started complaining about rich nigga problems.
Oh, y'all don't want to hear this shit. I lost it all, y'all. What I'm gonna do? Nah. Anyway, I can't anyway. I got an insurance policy. I got property. I can't blow this shit. I don't do cocaine. Only way I can do this shit if I pick up a cocaine habit. I'm never doing cocaine. Matter of fact, I don't even pick up money off the ground anymore because they say that there might be a trick to get fentanyl on that shit. Nah, I ain't falling for that shit. Nah, they say they putting fentanyl on the Peoples Hernandez is back this week, man. What's up, Peoples? Hey, y'all be careful, man. They say they putting fentanyl on that change and shit. When you see the change on the ground and shit, I had a quarter. I had a quarter right in front of my driver's side door today. I ain't even pick it up. I said, nah, I'm cool.
Hey, you know what I be doing, Fred? I keep some gloves with me and hand sanitizer. Nigga, I'm wiping that coat off, nigga.
Yeah, but you sniff it when you pick it up. It's too late.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and they putting like I saw something online where it says they put something in a woman's door handle and it had some type of poison on it. I ain't picking shit up, man. That shit might have motherfucking monkeypox on it. I'm scared of that shit. I don't know. I don't know. Some people say it's the bedroom's mark. Some people say it's the square footage. I don't know. I know mine is. I don't know. That's what it say on the deed. It says a state on the deed, you know. So, and I'm living proof that it can be any one of us. Keep it a buck. Living proof. It was a good show, man. We got a lot done. We got a lot of talking points today. God damn. We had at least 100 talking points today. It felt like it. I feel like I used my brain in this show.
That was good, man. Jerry came to shake some shit up, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Mr.
Hey,
come back tomorrow.
We need him and our buddy from Arizona, man, to just go at it.
No, we need him and Mr. Fuller.
Oh, man, Mike, he got up at the wrong time.
At 7:30 though, not at 9 o'clock, because Fred gotta go. at 8 o'clock at the latest. Hey, I appreciate you, Michael Fuller and Juan. Appreciate y'all coming through. TB, I know Champion Heart came in late. Appreciate you, Birdman. Love y'all, man. Who did I miss? Love. How about I say todos? I'm learning Spanish with the kids. Todos. That means everybody, Kyle. Everybody. Peace, y'all. See y'all tomorrow, man. Cooking with the champ tomorrow. Holla.